I remember I gave it time. I love my time. Now my mind's lost in its thoughts. I want you want only you. But my heart's all tied up in knots. Wanna release it. 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 Wanna release it.
So we are back live at TFAA, and we have Dak. Dak? What's your last name?
Algesova.
Oh, let me
Say it again.
Say it. Get a little closer.
Algesova.
This mic. There's a problem with this mic now. This stand. It is too high.
Yes.
We need a lower one for.
Yes.
Or we need to lift him up on something,
I
right?
told you we needed our rolling chairs.
Dak, he's just rolling his eyes at us. That's great when we have a kid roll her eyes at us, isn't it?
Mine just did that to me.
Yeah. So Dak, you shot today.
Yes,
Is this
sir.
your first time to shoot TFA, or have you shot it before?
I shot it before.
You have?
Yes, sir.
Let me turn your mic up a little bit here, and let's see if we
Hey,
can.
Dak, how long have you been shooting?
Competition or just in general?
Competition.
3 years.
3 years. Amazing.
And
All right.
the first time I met Dak, it was at Texas Archery, and he shot his first 300, wasn't it?
What?
Yep.
Bow hunter.
Yep. Bow hunter setup. Do you have a, what are you shooting right now?
Freestyle.
Freestyle. And what?
Freestyle.
Well, give us what your equipment looks like. Well, at first, how old are you?
14.
14.
No
And
way.
They grow up so
Awesome.
fast, don't they?
Oh my gosh.
So what? What equipment are you shooting?
I'm shooting a Matthews Prima with Black Eagle arrows 13, 20,
Okay.
23s.
The 23s. Yep. So he's shooting the Matthews Prima with 23s.
All right.
Okay. Are you shooting those 23s? I like those 23s. They shoot really well. They allow you to get the right spine and everything for it.
Yes, sir. They shoot really good for
Yeah.
low poundage.
Right. And what else? What you're shooting? What kind of release are you shooting?
I release like your son's
What was-
finger.
Okay. Yeah. Ryan moved to a finger release for the last couple months. Sometimes it's just good to change those things around.
Y'all like
and-
change?
Yeah, we do like change.
I hate change.
So I've got a few questions for you. Let me see here. See if you know some of these. You'll be the first one that gets
It's
to
trivia.
answer some of these questions for me. Okay.
A little bit of trivia.
So do you know what TFAA stands for?
TFAA.
Yeah. Texas Field Archery Association.
There we go.
Okay. What about SIWAT? Do you know what SIWAT means?
Shoot your way across Texas.
That's right. Shoot your way
There's
across
so many
Texas.
people who do not know what that means.
Yeah, and even somebody at our shop kept they kept writing out what was it? What was it? It was like SIWAB or SIWAT with 2 T's, and I was like, what is the second? That's what it was. SIWAT with the second T. I'm like, what is the second T? She's like, I don't know.
They were thinking JJ Watt.
So do you have to shoot 3 SIWATs to shoot in this tournament this weekend?
Yes, sir.
So you have to shoot it to be a part of the Shooter of the Year.
Yes, sir.
But for a state championship, you can actually come and just shoot it one time. I don't think a lot of people know that, so we wanted to kind of go through that with it. Do you know how many archers participated in SIWAT this year?
This year?
Any idea?
300?
Is 1,163.
Well, he's probably thinking state. So you're trying to trip him up, and that's not fair.
I'm sorry.
So 300, you're just under
You're
400
right.
for the
You're
state
right.
tournament.
For the state tournament. So, true, false. Did anyone shoot a perfect score of a 300 with 60 X's all 3 times?
In this year?
This
or
year. This year.
Which categories?
Any category.
I know one of my buddies got really close, but I don't think so.
So there was one. It was Connor Sears.
Uh-huh.
He was the only one. I know that there was one. Your buddy. Who's your buddy? Colton Converse, right?
There we go.
So Colton shot 2 60Xs
Yes,
and a 59.
So
Super
he
close.
did. He got really close.
Really
Got
close.
Yeah.
What was the largest class? Do you know?
Largest class, Out of the whole year?
Yeah, out of everybody.
Ooh. I would probably say recurve.
So the freestyle adult
Really?
was number 1. And
That surprises me that the adult.
Yeah, me
because
too.
normally there's more kids.
I also was surprised. I thought
You
bow
sure
hunter.
you got your number right? You don't know.
Yes, I do. What is wrong with you?
Sure you did. Sure.
What's wrong with you? So we have bow hunter male was number 2.
Oh, so it was female? Oh, no.
Yeah,
Did you put male or female for the
yeah,
top
that
one?
was male.
Oh, okay.
Male, and then cub bow hunter male was number 3,
Ooh.
and youth bow hunter. So there's a lot of bow
All right.
hunters.
Bow hunter. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of bow hunters.
All right.
Let's see. Oh, here's one that you won't know the answer to, but I thought it was pretty interesting. So Texas Archery did live feeds on every one of their Siwats. Do you know how many hours of live feed that we did?
Ooh,
Hey,
that's
Dak,
a
I
lot.
didn't know this one.
Yeah. It was a little over 30 hours.
30 hours.
30 hours of live feed.
That's crazy.
Yep.
It felt like 100.
she was like, that was it? Like, yes, that was it. How many archers participated in sectionals?
Sectionals at Texas
No, just
Archery
all
or
together.
Just all
Oh,
together.
all together.
Ooh, I don't know that one.
It was close to this number.
Oh, all right, Dak. What do you think? So we were just under 400 with this one.
It's a little lower on
So
sectionals.
he said it's a little lower.
A little lower.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 339.
Okay, and I'm going to go 350.
369. So it's close. You guys
and
were
I
close.
did not know, and I didn't cheat either by looking.
Yep.
I don't
Oh, and so Texas Archery, we gave away a buckle for anyone that shot a 300 in our first one in October, and if they shot one in January, they got their
That
they
was
got
their
a buckle.
first. That
Yeah,
they could
got
choose
first.
one of those to have their first one.
No, so we were giving a buckle out if they shot one in the first one and the second one.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so if you shot that second one, you got a belt buckle.
But they
How
had
many?
2 chances to get their first one because you threw
They
one
did.
in.
We had that extra one that was thrown in, so we had a an extra shoot in December because one of the shops wasn't able
Couldn't
to do it. How many archers earned buckles? Do you know?
I know for a fact I saw 2 here, but I saw it in the Facebook post.
You're better than me because I didn't
I know.
look.
It was actually there was 19 shooting for it and 15 received them.
All right. All right.
Okay. And those belt buckles turned out pretty cool
They
too.
did.
They were really nice.
Yeah, they did turn out nice. We have a shoot coming up next weekend. TSAA has a shoot coming up next
You
weekend.
going to be there?
I'm gonna try to be there.
Yay.
It should be fun.
All
What
right.
division are you?
For here, youth.
What about USA Archery? Do you know?
I
He's
think
You're
gonna be
14,
Cub.
so
He's
he's
Cub.
a Cub.
When do you turn 15?
December the 6th.
Oh, no, he's a
cadet.
cadet. Yeah.
Wow.
So cadets actually will be shooting for the money.
Oh, sweet.
So you would shoot on Friday or Saturday, and then whatever your score is will rank you for Sunday, and then you go head to head for the money.
That's cool.
It'll be cool. There's
And it
$4,000
is-
in the pot for compound. But everybody's got to shoot against the pros too.
Yes.
But that would be kind of fun. You know,
Right.
it's the same thing at big tournaments, so we figured why not, right?
No?
Like Las Vegas.
Yep. Just like
Yep.
Las Vegas, if you're going to shoot up, you're going to shoot with the big boys.
Yep.
That's how we're going to do it.
No
Well,
fear.
Yeah, yeah. So how did
Like
you?
he goes, nope.
How did you shoot today, Dyke?
I did really good, I think. I shot a 348 X's.
Awesome.
Ooh,
Look at that.
300 with 48
That's
X's.
Fantastic.
How were you ranked? Do you know? In the shooter of the year. I didn't even.
Shoot of the year.
I should have looked at
I'm
that before.
3rd, I think.
Okay. So that's going to be a pretty good score on the youth right away. So that's good shooting, Dak,
Thank you.
man. So do you have any questions for us?
No.
Well,
No
thank you.
questions.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for letting me.
Thank
Yeah,
you
this
so
is
much.
awesome.
And good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you next weekend.
Yep. All right. All right, Dak. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
So we are in the first. I think this is the first official practice end.
No.
For the-
They've already had at least one.
Yeah, I think it was unofficial.
No. They already had the unofficial, and then they did another one because he watched
Oh,
Julia twice.
Ryan,
at
what
least.
practice end was that? What practice end? Oh, okay. That didn't help.
No, I didn't. Brian's like, I don't know. They're just shooting.
He's like, I don't know.
And we can't ask Dak because he's
Dak's
just
been
got
over here
done,
with us.
right?
You think it's the first official? She told me no, so I'm hoping I'm right.
Because you watched Julia do the second one. Like, he's not even listening.
Yeah.
He just walks away. I look like my own kid.
Right. Well, Dak, were you shooting in the big range today?
Yes, sir.
You were?
How'd you like it?
It was nice. I liked it.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
was the lighting?
Good. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
A lot of light.
Second official.
So-
That's why
so-
he ignored me because he went to go check.
Yeah, so Wendy was right.
Oh.
That's too
Where's
bad.
my applause?
Let's see, I'll get your applause.
Don't you do the wah, wah, wah.
Let's see what we've got here. I've got, there you go. Good job.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. You're
I was
welcome.
right. Can you say that? Wendy was right?
Yeah, Wendy was right.
Dak, he is so mean to me.
Dak shot a 300 with 48 X's.
Boom.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
Freestyle.
Freestyle. So they're finishing up on this practice end. Again, let's see. Let's switch around here. So this is you can see, this is my third camera that we just purchased. It's got a little better, not better, the lens zooms in a little closer. But I didn't do it because there's too many lights in the way.
I was like, well, not close enough, but okay.
Well, if somebody was up there, it would work. We see Dakota Taylor down there. Who else do we see?
Julia's on the end. Stephen Ashby, close to the middle.
It hasn't gotten quiet like they did in that
Yeah, it
11
did, but you
o'clock.
got loud.
I did
and-
get loud.
Yeah, and so you didn't hear the quietness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and flip it over here.
I don't know what you're flipping to because they're both the same screen.
No, just so we could see everything here is what I was doing.
Okay, all right.
So, Dak. So the other day, and it was probably a little longer than the other day, maybe about a month ago, Wendy and I were doing a podcast at our shop. And you've been there before, right? It's pretty big.
I was scared of where you were going with
Yeah,
this.
and everybody pretty much had left at that point. And we locked the front door, and I said, Wendy, let's all walk through the back. We had some other people there,
my
and so
goodness.
so Ryan walked one of them out just to make sure that they were safe.
No, it was another lady that was there.
I know it
Yeah,
was another
okay,
lady,
all right.
and so he leaves. He comes back in. They were right behind me. They're taking forever.
No, I had to make sure that the other kiddos that were there found their parent.
Yeah, and so what I did was, as I could hear her coming up, she's making all kinds of racket. So I stood by the door, and right when she opened it, I said, "Raw."
Okay, hold on, Dak. It was a little bit more than that. He was squatting on the floor.
Maybe not on the floor. I was squatting a little
He was
bit. Yeah, I
squatting
was.
down close to the floor. So he jumps up. Okay, he didn't just go rah.
She makes it way bigger than it was.
He jumps up and he goes, rah,
No,
like this,
no.
threw his hands up and everything. Oh my word!
She screamed like a little girl. Or goes, "Ah!" I don't know what happened to Julia.
She was behind me, so
She
I was trying
ran.
to protect my daughter.
She ran away. She left her mom for dead. You did.
Yeah.
But I could not stop laughing. We were driving back, and Ryan's like, "Are you still laughing over that?" I was like, "I actually feel a little bad." I do feel bad because
didn't feel
I didn't
bad.
realize how bad it was going to scare
Because you're
her.
still laughing about it.
It was funny.
It's not funny.
Did not expect her to shake her hand like she did. Like, "Ah!" You know, big old scream.
See how mean he is to me? Oh my goodness.
Let me see. Do I have one?
Yeah, that's
Does that
about
help
what it
you?
was like.
That's what she
'Cause
thinks
he
that it
was
sounded like.
He was in the dark.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting. I've gone through that door several times and not expecting somebody to be crouching.
Somebody
in the
jumped out in
dark
front of you
and jumped out
scared
in
you.
front of me.
Yeah, I thought
It's
it was
supposed to be a safe place. What happened to safe
a
sports?
safe zone. Safe sports only to kids.
Oh,
It only works with kids,
okay.
not other coaches.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
It's-
Oh my goodness. Terrible.
Well,
What
we're
kind of
still.
friend are you?
I know, right? Dak, he laughed. It was funny though, wasn't it?
I thought I liked you. I thought you were a good kid.
How's that chicken sandwich, Ryan? It's good.
It was also kind of funny because I scared Ryan last night. I didn't even mean to.
Oh, I thought he scared you.
That's why I was laughing so bad. Because he went to open the door and I was standing right there. I didn't know. And he jumped.
Good times. Good times.
Are you moving your bow? You don't trust me?
No.
No, he said
Does
no.
not. Does not.
He didn't even pick up my binocular bag that like flew off the bed.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead, Dak, I'm going to go ahead and grab Jesse Johnson for the next interview. So I'll be right back.
Jesse is, Dak?
You know who Jesse is? Oh, I'll go get him.
He's another coach, and then he is also a coach for the USA Red Team for the Southern Division. Yep.
But thank you for joining us. Let's
Thank
take
you
these
so
off.
much. All right. Good luck tomorrow if I don't see you before then. Uh-huh. Hang on, I'm going to say this while Scott's not around. I just grabbed my binoculars and tried to look through them. Yeah, the lens caps were still on. So we are about to start the first scoring in. Archers are changing their targets to get clean targets. One of the most nervous ends is about to start. That's end number 1. So again, just like the other ones, all the other ones for NFAA, TFAA, archers have a choice. They can either use that 5 spot or they can go ahead with a single spot. What's wrong? You need more light?
For Jesse.
Oh, okay.
Scoot over a little bit.
Bossy? The chairs are
There we go.
attached. Oh my goodness. I hate attaching chairs.
All right, I'm back. We have got Jesse Johnson with us. He's just sitting down here. Scoot on in. Jesse.
I need my rolling chair.
You know what? There we go. Maybe what we'll do is, why don't you hop out and fix the camera?
Okay, well, you're going to have to tell me how, because that man said that he bumped it.
Oh, maybe that's why it's all crooked. Like, what's going on? Hit the button on top, and it'll turn the screen on, and then you can adjust it. I've got so much stuff. I mean, it's like a hazard here, isn't it, Jesse?
Yeah, it's pretty packed. I can't hear anything.
Let me see here.
Turn me up.
What are you on? You're on 3. Can you hear me now?
There.
There we
All
go.
right. All right, we're cool.
All right, turn it this way a little bit. Or this way. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. That'll be good. We've got several judges out there. Looks like they recruited some of them. Oh, sorry. I thought I was helping.
I think they're all volunteers.
Are they all
Yeah, I
volunteers?
think they're, they in some
Oh, I see.
capacity for Cinnamon Creek, they volunteers.
Yeah. There we go. This is the first official end, but since we've got Jesse Johnson here, hey Jesse, welcome to our live feed here at TFAA.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So Jesse, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know that you've got a lot going on when it comes to archery. I see you at every event that there is.
Yeah.
Every event. It doesn't matter what event. You're going to be there.
3D field,
Wow.
FIDA, USA Archery, NFAA Archery.
Yeah.
I pretty much cover them all. But I'm a coach more than I shoot now. I shoot more for fun now.
Yeah.
But I used to be decent shooter back in my day.
Yeah. Do you have a life?
Not anymore.
Or is it just archery?
He has an
well, no,
archery
I
life.
work a day job.
What?
I actually,
How do you do that?
I actually work for the city of Fort Worth in the water department. That's my 9 to 5 job. And then at 5:05 up into coaching, and sometimes I coach until after midnight. Like for instance, there's
You got a range at your house you built, right?
yeah. So I built a
where
range at my house.
Is that where you do all your lessons?
Tuesdays I go over to Weatherford to Fort Girard.
Okay, yeah.
Because I have a lot of kids that I coach out of Stephenville, Graham, Weatherford, Aledo, all of that area, Mineral Wells in that area, and it's easy for them just to come there on Tuesday nights, and then the rest of the week, there's no telling how many kids will be at my range at my house, anywhere from 4 to 10 sometimes. But I also coach adult athletes, para-athletes. I have a new girl that's making a run for the Paralympic team.
Wow.
So Shallon Weaver, she's out of Paradise. So she trains like 5 days a week at my house.
Wow.
So, which she's a great inspiration for a lot of the young kids when they come to train and they see her overcoming. She has a leg amputation, so she shoots sitting down right now. But to see her overcome the disability and still shoot extremely well. We took her, last year was her first year for me to coach her, and I took her to outdoor nationals, and she ended up placing second
Wow.
in the country. So
When did she start shooting?
like about 8 months ago.
Oh my goodness.
So I literally coached her about 3 months, and then I said, hey, I think you're ready to be baptized.
Wow.
And so I took her to outdoor nationals, and she just
That was a
really did
that was a baptism.
Yeah, but she's a different type of athlete though. She comes from a strong martial arts background, so she has that discipline and that mental stamina. She was a police officer and studying to go to the FBI Academy when she had this bloodborne pathogen that caused her to lose her leg.
Okay.
Wow.
So archery was kind of it was a way for her to get back into a normal life of normal things that normal people do, even though she has a disability. So I kind of built on that.
Yep.
And the first couple of lessons, when she figured out, hey, I really can do this, even sitting down.
Right.
It just, I think I saw a different change in her. But she's a unique person anyway. She does a lot of things like every day she comes to practice, she wears a different T-shirt, and it's got some kind of a weird saying on it. Like one of them that I really love, it's got a gingerbread man.
Yeah.
And he's got one of his legs is broke off, and it's saying on it says snap. Oh, snap. Yeah.
That is funny. So, did she have to get classified, or has she been classified yet?
So for para archers, when they have to go through a USA classification, and then in order for them to become part of the USAT para team, they have to be national world classification, and it's done by a point system. Granted, their mobility, they get so many points for having immobility, and those points will put her in a category.
Yeah, and I learned a lot about it with Candace Caesar.
Candace, I know Candace really well.
And just understanding, she's explained it to me multiple times, because it's crazy on how it works, depending on if she's shooting right-handed versus left-hand,
And it's very technical.
and it changes the points. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and also compound versus recurve also changes the points too.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's the no let off on your recurve. It's harder for them to pull. So those with upper body disabilities, they get higher points for recurve versus compound.
Yeah.
Because of that.
So what was her the process for her to get classified? Where did she go?
So actually, we classified her during the COVID. So we did a Zoom meeting.
Really?
We had
I
to
didn't know
send
that was a
all of
thing.
her.
I didn't either.
We had to send all of her documentation into USA Archery. She was assigned a classification doctor,
Yeah.
and then we did a Zoom session, and then she has her world classification coming up in April at the Arizona Cup.
Okay.
So then once that happens, then she can compete all over the world at any World Cup event that they have pairs at.
Is there a do they have to get reclassified every year, or is it?
It depends. It
Okay.
depends. Now, the Paralympic hopeful that I coached before, Carrie Burge out of Weatherford, she had a different type of handicap, which was not, wasn't an amputation. You couldn't really see it. So she had to reclassify every 2 years.
Okay.
I don't think once Shallon gets her classification, I don't think she'll have to be reclassified because the leg's not going to grow back.
Right, right.
so to speak.
I think I met her at Outdoor.
Yeah,
Was it?
yeah,
Yes,
she was
yes.
at Outdoor.
Yeah, I know who she is. And
Yeah.
now it just all came clear to me.
Yeah,
because she's
When
with
she
she was
said the
shooting
name,
with
I was like, oh, wait a minute.
when she shot with Candace.
Yeah, she shot right next to Candace.
Yep.
Yeah. As
I
a matter of
remember
fact, she actually won the state outdoor, and Candace took second. And so we're preparing her right now. She will be at state indoor next weekend,
Okay.
Awesome.
and then
Are you coming to that?
I will be there. Yeah,
Yay.
I'll be there. Of course.
Awesome. Of course he'll be there.
So that was the other thing about me. I coach so many kids, both nationally,
And we'll probably have him
and
on
in
the
state.
we'll probably have you on the
Yeah.
podcast with us.
Well, you're going to have one of my 3-time national champions that'll be helping you on the podcast, Bailey Honeycutt.
and yeah, I was gonna say, whose name was that? We all know who Bailey
Oh,
is.
my goodness. We
Yeah,
just
so
love
Bailey,
her.
I've been coaching for many, many years, and it's been an incredible journey with her. So to get her aspect next week should be really entertaining.
I think
Yes.
so too. She was, the first when I started thinking about who I needed on the podcast. Jordan Miner, she did one with me. She's Olympic recurve, whole different perspective, and now having Bailey on there, which is a hunter, a target archer, she is.
A great kid.
and
Well, I don't
definitely
even
a
say
great
kid.
hunter,
She's
I gotta
okay.
tell you. I
She's an
gotta tell
okay
you,
kid.
I've been
Oh,
hunting with
whatever.
her. I've been deer hunting with her.
She is an awesome
she's a
young
heck of a
lady.
hunter.
Yes.
Yeah,
Her dad and I have hunted for the last 4 years. I think I've been fortunate enough that when I do get one weekend off, that's usually where I go, is to the Honeycutt's house.
Nice.
And Ken and I go out, and I've been, thankfully, out of the 4 years, I've tagged 3 years.
Wow.
Right. So meat in my freezer.
They're awesome people. They've had us out to shoot. Ryan and Julia and Luke
Yeah.
went out to their house and shot, and they've just always been super helpful. Matter of fact, at this range, but we weren't shooting a Siwat. It was a USA event. It was, I don't even remember what it was called, Texas something, but that's where we met Bailey.
Texas
And-
Shootout, probably?
Probably.
Yeah.
And my daughter went up to her and said, "You're Bailey Honeycutt. It's so nice to meet you." And yeah,
She's very humble. That's one of the great things that I try to instill in all the kids that I coach is being humble and sportsmanlike. In my book, is number one.
Yes.
Having skill and being able to compete is one thing, but I want them to do it honorably and humbly, because otherwise you're going to be standing up there on the podium by yourself.
right. And that's what I try
I'd
to.
rather be surrounded by kids that she knows every day, and they look up to her.
Oh yeah, and there are so many that look up to her.
Yeah.
She's fantastic, and I
She's
try
a
to.
great shooter.
Yeah, yes, she
she's got a lot of
is.
And I
talent.
think
Yes, she does.
getting her. I think it's valuable to have kids like that doing stuff like what we're going to do next weekend with.
Yeah,
having them do broadcasting, have them do that type of stuff. It's just.
and getting their insight of what they see.
Oh yeah.
As a competitor, and she's a first competitor.
Yeah.
Yes.
She really is. But she
She's a
would give
great-
a part off of her bow to someone if she thought they needed it on the shooting line
Yeah.
when it mattered.
We can't have any better ambassadors than
Yeah.
archers like that. I mean,
Yeah. It's. I don't think people realize the quality of the kids that we have
Exactly.
in archery.
Oh yeah.
These
it's a
kids-
close-knit family.
It really
Yes.
is.
It's a really
like
tight
we
family.
all know everybody.
Yeah.
I talk about that a lot, about it's an archery family
Yeah.
that you see people. And I even said about this shoot, it's like a family reunion.
Yeah.
We haven't seen some of these people in about 2 years because we haven't had it. And then coming together, it is like a family. And people walking by, and I'm like, hi, waving at everybody.
Like, hey, we're on camera.
Well, they can see me wave, but it's,
And the kids on my national team, that's what they really look for, not just competing, but
To see
going
the-
to these national tournaments, because they have friends from all over the country.
Yes.
And other than when they go to camps or something like that, that's when they get together, and all their families try to get the same hotel, you know,
Yes.
stuff like that.
Oh.
It's a different type of a team sport.
It really is.
Because you're competing against the team, but you know, when it's said and done, when you come off the field, you all get together later.
Right.
And it's like a big family. It
Yes.
really is.
And
We all go out to eat. Or
yeah.
whatever.
And I was explaining, you know, the difference between, you know, I did competitive basketball. I grew up, you know, high school, college. My daughter did competitive volleyball. It's a different team aspect.
it
you
is.
know, it is, you know, it's, I'm not going to say that anybody's trying to you know, cause any harm or anything like that. But here, if somebody has an issue, they literally feel bad.
Right.
Like nobody, because it's an individual sport, the top archers here, none of them want to win because somebody's had a malfunction
Yeah.
or something major happened, because they want to beat them at their best.
And they
I'm-
don't want to win by default.
Yeah, and
No, we've seen that numerous times when
Yeah.
it came down to 1 hour shoot-off, and one of the two competitors had an equipment failure, and the other competitor said, "I'm gonna wait. I'll sit here and wait."
We saw that in at Gator Cup. Do you remember that with Braden
Yeah.
Gillantine and what's the guy, Lutz?
Lutz.
And Lutz had his arrow kept falling off, and then it goes to Braden. He just took his arrow and just chunked it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it just caught everybody off guard. Like, what is he doing?
It's a whole different kind of sportsmanship. I mean,
Yeah.
It's just a whole nother level.
So it's. I have a question for you. I don't know if you
Sure.
know the answer, but we were talking about paras. Does NFAA have a para division?
I do not believe that they have a designated para division. The NFAA, they have so many different divisions that
What?
they try to make it as fair as possible. So not only do you have the different age groups, but then you have the different disciplines. Like, say for instance, there's compound fingers,
Right.
which is no sights and shooting with fingers. Then there's bow hunter freestyle. Then there's the open division. They
There's that
break
bare
it
bow
down.
and then bare bow recurve. There's
Yeah, they break it down so much that it's relatively pretty fair. But when it comes to USA archery, it's compounds, recurves. But now in the compound division, there is now a pin class. So I think the idea is
a what class?
a pin class.
A pin?
So it's like a bow hunter freestyle class.
Oh, okay.
Where before, if you shot bow hunter freestyle for NFAA and then you went to a USA tournament, you were at a disadvantage
You were.
because everybody's shooting scopes.
But, and even to clarify on that, during the JOAD tournament, there's not a fixed pin class. That if you have wheels, period, you're all shooting the same thing.
Right. So we had that come up last year during the state tournament, that they were shooting bare bow with a Genesis bow.
Right.
And so it's different class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And we had at Aggie Invite, we had a parent show up with a Genesis, and that poor guy, we had to put him in the open house.
Oh, man.
He didn't
he's a
care.
huge discman.
He was just
He was
coming
just
to
there
have
for fun anyway.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
But I felt so bad. Like he signed up for bare bow, but
Yeah.
it's not bare bow at USA Archery. So tell us. Also, you are involved with the red team.
So I'm the head coach for the South Red Team. The Red Team stands for Regional Elite Development Team. The Red Team is a stepping stone it's a bridge gap from JOAD up to your USAT teams. There's actually another step higher now, but it's only for the recurves currently. And so it's a step-by-step process of when they first get introduced to archery, and let's say it's a NAS program, National Archery in the School program, and then they get involved in 4-H, and then they get into the JOAD, Junior Olympic Development, then there was a huge gap between JOAD, the coaching, the high-level coaching and competitions to get them up eligible to compete at USAT level, junior USAT and senior USAT. So the red team took the place of the old compound junior dream team and the recurve dream team. And instead of 35 kids out of the whole United States, It's now, I have 25 compound shooters and 25 recurve shooters of the region. And so our region is Oklahoma, Louisiana, Texas, and who am I forgetting? Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas. Yeah, and Arkansas. So,
And you have
so
a bunch of coaches on the team.
I
too, don't
have
you?
some great coaches. I have some world class coaches. Some Ariel Fortenberry is a past World Cup shooter. She's one of my coaches. Michael Honacki, world class shooter, and he was past president of TFAA for
Yep.
many years, a couple of times over. Then I have Dale Churchett. He was a competitor in Britain and now a competitor. He's still a good competitor here in the U.S. He's out of Austin. And then Sean Thompson up in Oklahoma City. And then Chad Epperson is over in the West Texas area. And then myself, I'm over in Springtown. So this is actually home court kind of for me.
Easy.
Pretty close. I get to sleep in my own bed tonight. But so the quality of coaching that I have is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
The knowledge base on both recurve and compound is pretty high level. So, and we don't just, it's not just about form like some of the older programs. We're trying to get them to reach out to the NTS system and learn the NTS system. It's a athlete building group. And so, for instance, we would start out doing videos on the first part of the camp, and then we would go over with the coaches of the athletes, talk to them about different things that we see, things that, hey, we think this could help you here.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with equipment. So talking about, hey, we think this type of equipment could help you more. You know, just giving them examples, things that they write down or take back to their coach. You know, and then from there we do a lot of shooting. We do a lot of shooting because once we try things like mental processes, we want them to actually use them so that they can see
Practice
how it
them.
fits in.
Yeah.
You know,
And I
So
would like
we
to
do-
mention. I would like to mention real quick that one big plug on the red team is that my concern is when we sent kids to the red team that now they have a new coach, and not that I'm not very protective. I mean, I'm protective of my kids, but I have no problem working with other coaches, and that was the great part because there was things that you saw that you literally called me and said, hey, we saw this. Can you look a little closer in this, maybe help them get to this point? And sure enough, we looked at it and it was just something, you get so deep as a coach, you get so deep in on certain things that you miss some of the other things. And so that was actually very helpful for us and a kid coming
Having another
in.
set of eyes.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it's definitely
and I
another
think-
set of eyes.
and I-
Different perspective.
And think of 6 sets of eyes of some of the top level coaches in the country.
And I appreciated that, even though you guys didn't come in going, we're the red
The
team
Iron
coaches,
Fist.
and you need to do this. No, you guys really did.
And
work
that's
with
one of
us
the
on
things that we promote at our camps is not only do we want the athletes there, we want their coaches to come as well. So this program has a coach observer tied in with it. So it goes mainly through Guy Kruger, but when we have, let's say, someone from Arkansas, they need to come to the camp, and they say, hey, my coaches have...
Hold on, I need to jump up. I got a kid with an issue. Well,
The coach is saying something about, hey, we're not sure about this or that. Then we want the coach to come too. Do you pause? We on pause? Hope so.
They've got a brand new one at the shop, and I just haven't been able to get her up there to. Are you supposed to be scoring?
Was the lock locked up?
It didn't have
It doesn't have a lock?
I didn't think we had
No.
practice rounds.
No, they won't give you practice round.
They won't in that state. They will at. I thought they did that.
No. Not anymore. No.
It's moving now. I don't know what.
So sometimes what happens on those achieves is if that button gets pushed down and it gets stuck in between, and then when you're ratcheting, it won't move until it's locked in. So that may be what happened.
Do you remember what it was at? 37? I thought it was 39. Okay.
Hey, Scott, what she can do to adjust the sight is remember, shoot all your arrows into one circle and walk it up into one circle because they'll all score.
She's coming!
I think they looked all in.
Hopefully he paused it, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping that they call. It looks like they did. I don't know what's. We've had issues with that site before, and we ordered a new one. Hadn't moved to it yet. We will next week for sure. You know, these sites.
Did you bring it with you?
No, I should have brought it with me.
I didn't even think about that.
I didn't either. So these kids, their equipment's one thing that you've got to keep an eye on, and this is just a perfect example that they pound this equipment.
Yeah, it gets moved around a lot.
I mean, it's not this is not like a bow hunter setup that gets shot a few times a year or a month before they get ready. They shoot 12 months and they put a pounding on their equipment and checking to make sure that there's nothing loose and things like that. And some sites just get worn out.
Yeah, they do. They have neoprene bushings that are inside those slides, and they, moving them up and down and up and down, especially if they shoot any kind of field or 3D.
Yeah.
They get a lot of movement. So those bushings wear out.
There's some kind of bar that's on the inside of that. So we had an issue at Vegas, and we took it over to True Ball, and they fixed it. There's a little piece of metal, and it's actually supposed to have a curve on the end. Well, hers had been evidently used so much that it flattened out. At first, they tried telling me that it's old. This is 2005. I said, she wasn't even born until 2008. So we didn't get that.
If it was that old, then you sold me some old equipment.
Yes. But they had fixed it, and we didn't have any more issues.
Yeah.
We did have, so my son used to have the same exact site, and we had the same exact issue with that one. So
I'm going to text Ryan.
I've been pretty lucky. I shoot the same site. I've never had an issue.
What site is it?
Carpenter Chief.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have hit or miss. So, Ryan, we usually duplicate everything he has.
Right.
Yeah. And, we'll have one site that rock solid, then he'll move to the other bow, and then all of a sudden the site, that one exact same, bought him at the same time. And he shoots that one for
were they
months.
different colors?
No, nothing. The same. And all of a sudden it has a wobble and I say wobble. These kids, they're looking for, it doesn't have to have much movement, and they can lose confidence in it very quickly.
and she was crying. So
I just texted Ryan and said, "Go check on Julia." get somebody.
You know,
over there.
and a lot of times I hate to say this, so then the kids, hopefully the kids they'll pass over this little key point as a coach, but sometimes we as coaches will mess with the site and say, hey, it's working now. And we don't know why, just like that. You can't explain why all of a sudden it just started working, but it's to instill the
confidence.
positive confidence back in them to, hey, go jump back in the game.
I don't know if you were over there when it happened, but in Decatur, and Julia was shooting, she kept saying something was going on with her release. Well, one of our coaches, Joe, took it, turned his back, acted like he messed with it, turned back, okay, try this. And she's like, oh, it's good now. He texts me.
Shooting Texas.
Yeah, this thing's money now. Whatever you did was awesome.
He texts me. He's like, okay, if she says I moved it, just say I did, but I didn't.
Yeah. No, I'm guilty. I've done that before myself too. So I do. I like to have fun when I'm coaching, and in the heat of the moment when they start freezing up.
Well, they're panicking. I mean, they're literally their brains are malfunctioning.
Right.
They're panicking.
All that tension gets built up inside of them, and I've been known to play air guitar out in the middle of the field, you know,
That's
just
awesome.
to get them to smile and break that tension.
Right,
or something,
right.
Yeah.
Anything. So I do a lot of up and down the field from one field, because I have recurves.
Oh,
You'll
yeah.
get your steps in.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
tell you
I
that
do.
much. At Joe Ed Nationals, I got my steps in. I can tell you that
I got
much.
8 miles a day.
Easily.
Tournament, I get 8 miles a day.
And it's not that far, but it's that far.
Oh, it is. It's too. That's a long
You know,
way.
when I first walked it, I'm like, oh, this won't be bad. By the end of the first day, I'm like, wow.
And then there's the 50 yard that's like higher up. Then you have to go down to where the 30's over to the side, 30 and 25, and then you got the 70 that's at the far
Take a
end.
look at Julia real quick for me.
I can remember 3 years ago, before I had my spine surgery, I was having a hard time getting from field to field to field. And one of the medics with a golf cart, who I know really well, he was making the same path from field to field. And he would see me moving towards another field, and he'd jump on his cart, and he'd come flying by, and he'd like, here, jump on. So he'd take me to the next field. So together, the two of us, we just kept rotating, but it saved a lot of leg.
Yeah. So with Julia, and so she said that it wasn't moving. Her sight was literally this far down
She's shooting high right now.
when it should be going. She should be moving up. She moved it down. So I'm afraid that, and this is typical when somebody starts panicking, is which way are they turning it?
Yeah.
And so she says it's not moving. Well, it was
Now she's shooting low.
significantly low, meaning she's moving the sight down when it should be moving up because she was shooting high.
Yeah, you got to chase the arrow.
Got to chase the arrow.
Got to chase the arrow.
And it's funny because we've had kids that are elite shooters. In the moment, they click something and it just, that brain, we had a coach that said, the brain malfunctions.
Yeah.
And once it's malfunctions,
freeze frame.
yeah, once it, and then all of a sudden they just can't, their brain's just like stuck and they just can't get out of it. Because this sport is so mental and you're giving it everything you got. I mean, it's, somebody said laser focused. So they are laser focused on keeping that pin in the middle, and it's exhausting.
It is.
And
that's one of the things that I try to prepare kids for competition, is letting them know that their shot process is so, so important.
Yeah.
Because when that happens and they freeze up, if they're not running on a shot process where they go to the next step,
right,
they'll get frozen in that step.
I think Julia may have been moving the sight the wrong way. I would check on her. But she said it was locking up, but I think she was actually, because the more I thought about it, she was supposed to be at 39, it was at like 45.
She said that other judge, or one of the judges, tried to.
She was saying to move it down when she needed the sight to go up.
He said it wouldn't move. I don't know. I don't know who's down there with the judge.
But we'll see. How did it look there?
The first one easily could have been a 4. I couldn't tell because of where the other arrow. The rest of them were 5s, 2 X's.
Okay. I know that she probably won't agree, but it almost looked like she had moved that sight down when it needed to be moved up. And that would kind of give you, in your head, you're saying it's not working because it's getting higher and higher and higher. We had a elite shooter many years ago, and he was shooting here, shooter of the year. This kid was he was dominating. He comes in the second day, and he shoots the wrong target. So now he's in trouble.
Now he's down points. And then he starts moving his sight the wrong direction. And it's like he hits a 4 or misses an X, and he just keeps moving. It just keeps getting further and further away from the X until he hit another, like almost hit another 4, and he is panicking at this point. And his dad's like, it's like he came back and they had to go regroup, and say, okay, let's regroup. Like, which way you taking? Oh, man, I was moving it the wrong way. So that's where a good coach comes in, too. It's not just about coaching the archer, but building training plans and building a checklist for, like, pre-tournament checklist.
Right.
So we go back and we check your axle to axle, check your equipment, check your strings, make markings on for the sight in case something like that happens. Let's say, and I've had this happen before where archers don't tighten the knob all the way on the slide bar for the sight.
Oh, yeah.
And
we've had
the
that
whole
happen.
sight come out. And I ask them, hey, what slot are you in? And they're like, I don't know.
And that's one thing. I'm glad you mentioned that because that is one thing that we've started doing is we have these little Sharpie, paint pens, the little fine tip ones. And so we will, part of the confidence is Ryan would all of a sudden go, oh, my timing may be off. Well, I would mark the limb with the cam. Mm-hmm. And I learned that through, I learned that through Adam Gugasberg. He was the one that said to do it. So we try to mark everything so that we can look at it in a competition and say, nope, nothing has changed.
Yes.
Or yes, something's changed, and then we know at that point what to do.
And I've done fixes on the field and not had a marker on me. And I've gone over to the closest parent, mother, and said, hey, do you have any fingernail polish on you?
Yeah.
And I've taken fingernail polish and went out there and marked stuff with fingernail polish.
It's funny that you mentioned that. We shot at Lancaster, a few weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, wherever it was. Time flies. And Ryan was shooting right by Steve Anderson.
Oh, Steve.
Yeah, and Steve he is struggling. Oh, he is struggling. And Ryan said that he told him that he goes, man, the bow feels like crap. And Ryan will say that to me. I don't even know what that means. The bow feels like crap. I don't know what that means. But he told Ryan that. Ryan, of course, he knows, oh, I know what you mean. Like, then something's not right. And so he literally calls Linda, his wife, over because she was only a couple bells down. And he put the end of his cam on his foot and he pushed down on the limbs. And she took the string off and changed the timing between ends.
Wow.
Ryan's like, that's a whole nother level. Like, we're changing the timing of the bow
On the field.
between ends in Lancaster. Like, I'm like, that's pretty gutsy. People get upset, or not upset, but we'll say stuff like, I cannot believe you changed releases 2 weeks out from a competition. Yeah. That's nothing compared to changing timing.
I have seen at a field tournament, actually it was down at Bubba's place down at Canyon Lake. We had a young man that was shooting a bear bow. It was a Genesis bow. And something happened to the string. And his dad said, hey, Jess, come here. I need your help. I got to put the string on. And I thought he had a manual bow press because I carry one when I travel. And, that Genesis bow,
squeezed it.
He put a cam in each hand and squeezed it together. And I popped the string off, put another string on. He let it up.
Wow.
And the kid went and shot.
Wow.
That was impressive to watch him press that bow.
We've done the string thing one time. We had one kid, and the timing was off, and he was struggling. And so at the break, he's like, you guys have to do something. And so we had a screwdriver, pulled back, stuck the screwdriver in there, took the string off, put a twist in it. And I don't think we did I think it was like a half twist. It was nothing, but it was enough that he in his brain thought that, okay,
it's fixed.
It's fixed.
It's fixed.
And he came back and shot better the second half. Well, how many kids you have shooting here? Do you know?
I had 8 on the morning line. I had 3 on the last line, and I've got 3 on this line.
Okay.
So, and that's not counting the cubs because I found out the cubs were in the other building.
Right.
So I've got some cubs down there.
Yeah, we don't have as many kids as I was hoping that we would have. Because I know that we had a lot that shot Siwat this year, but I think that we may only had a handful, maybe 6 or 8 kids from our club, plus coaches. We're probably looking at about 10 to 12 maybe shooting this weekend.
Yeah, some of the kids, when they shoot both USA and NFAA, when it gets towards this state and the sectionals and they start getting burned out,
They do.
You see them kind of take one or the other. So I'll probably have a lot more shooting next weekend in the state down there in the spring with you guys than I have shooting up here.
Right.
And there is, as a coach, there's a transition in trying to get them to switch back and forth between the multicolored target and this 5-spot target.
I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't realize, and this was many, many years, I didn't realize how big of a challenge until I started shooting to switch from a colored target to this target.
Yeah, there's
You know.
a little bit of a problem. And now the new color targets have that inner 10 only on them. The vertical ones,
Yep.
that little ring is only the size of a dime.
Yes.
Right.
It's tough to hit.
Yes.
It's funny
Okay.
that, Ryan, Ryan's, how he has his setup, he has a dot. I've never seen a kid. We actually had to reach out to Randy Sears, which is the owner of Gunstar, and say, how big can you make the dot? Because he wanted a dot that completely covered up the 9 as well.
Wow.
And
that's different. I've
Yeah.
never heard of that one.
And so he's been shooting that for years now and loves it because if he has, if a hole gets too big and people start getting stuck on that hole,
Right.
he doesn't care. It could be a new target or a target that he shot 50 shots into it. It still looks the same to him.
Like Luke on this one, he likes to have a dot that will cover the whole 5-spot. I mean, the whole center 5.
white.
He may want just a little bit of a halo.
Yeah, there's a
around
little
it.
halo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and from the teaching aspect, I let them choose.
Right.
I myself, I shoot with a ring because if I can see it, I can hit it. But the normal rings, like the Gunstar rings,
Yeah.
they're so narrow that I lose them.
I'm with you. Yeah. Yeah.
So I actually had Russell
Payne.
Russell Payne custom built me the size that I wanted that I see. So it's a little bit wider and the inside is cut out a little bit more. But for me, whenever it comes down in there, it blocks out on the 3-spot target, it blocks out the orange. And I see all of the gold, but it helps me really focus down inside the gold. So, and then for the 5-spot, it covers up the 4 ring. So
Right.
all I see is the white.
Neat.
But then when I go to shoot outdoors for 3D, I want a dot, and I use a multicolored dot because if you use
So you don't
just
use fiber.
black, I lose black on the
Right,
bears or
exactly.
the Abertina. So I use a orange, and then I put a smaller black dot in the center of it.
Do you have to put some light on it to see it, or does
No, I don't use any.
you don't use light? Because I struggled with orange. It just looked black to me.
Yeah.
And it could be my old eyes.
And when I
There you
use
go.
pins, I used a up pin before before I got older and my eyesight went bad. But now if I use light with a pin, it starbursts on me. So I just use a multicolored dot.
Yeah,
instead.
yeah, and that happens. I know that Tracy Trigg, one of our staff shooters, he's funny. He's like, I see two dots,
And they're moving.
and
no.
I just go with the one that's a little brighter than the other one.
I go with the one that's closer to the middle.
Oh my goodness.
That's right. It looks like they're moving along pretty good. This line is not as crowded, and I guess it's because a lot of people must have come early to see the other shooters at 3 o'clock, because even the crowd, there's not as many people in the
There's not
stands.
as many people in the stands, and I'm also wondering if maybe that's because maybe there were more youth on that 11 o'clock line than on the 3 o'clock.
That does make a big difference.
there'd
when
be
there-
more
when there's youth.
parents and
It's like
more
the Joed line
families.
at
Yeah.
Nationals or at Aggie Invite. That is a crazy
Oh, yeah,
line.
that's a crazy line. Yeah, you got to figure there's like 4 parents to every kid, and
Right.
the line was full of kids.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Jesse, you see a lot of kids.
I do.
Are there any programs for like kids with disabilities, maybe learning disabilities, that help them to get into the sport?
That's a great question. So I don't see a lot of programs for handicapped kids. I know that one of the coaches, the S3VA coaches down in South Texas, he has taken it upon himself. He
that
worked
Roger?
Roger.
Yes.
Yeah, he worked a lot with the Wounded Warriors, and that's kind of transitioned over into the work that he's doing with a lot of the handicapped kids. And I know he's going to be doing a program up in Decatur up here. And I told him, I said, hey, if you need some help, give me a call. I'd be more than happy to go help him up there. But yeah, I don't see that happening a lot.
Okay.
And I think it's kind of like when I first started with Shaolin, that they see themselves as not being able to perform in the sport, whether they like it or not. Or, with Shaolin, it was just, well, I've never tried it before. I guess maybe I could try it, And then after the first day, she was hooked.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, I love this. And then I opened that door to her, and I told her, I said, here's the avenue that you can go to. Here's where you can take yourself in this.
That's awesome.
And I think it's not, the publication isn't out there. It's not promoted enough, so they don't know it's out there. I think that's the problem. They just don't know it's out there. I think that if they had the opportunity to attend more like 4-H or the JOAD programs, that they could get it more exposed to it. For instance, I get a phone call every now and then from different bow shops because they know I work with para-athletes, and they, one of the things they ask me is, hey, I've got an athlete here, or I have a gentleman or a female, whoever, that's missing an arm, and they want to know, can they shoot a bow? Absolutely. That's the easy one. And then when they say, well, they don't want to use a mouth tap. So, well, there's a couple of people that I know. One of them, by the way, congratulations to Matt Stutzman,
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
winning the world championship.
And he had a equipment failure in the qualifiers.
In the qualifier.
Which he dropped way down. So he had to really fight to get himself
he
back
went
up.
like clear down to like 54th or something
Yeah,
like
Wow.
that.
like way down. Like he was up in
and-
the top.
and came back and still won it. That's
amazing.
perseverance. Yeah, that's
And
determination.
it couldn't happen to a better guy. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
if you
super
meet
great
that guy, I posted that on our JOAD page today because he really is a class act.
Yeah,
Yes.
he is.
You
And he's
know,
really
gentleman.
funny if you get to know him. Don't be surprised if he plays a practical joke on
Yes.
you. It's all in good fun. When I was coaching Kerry Burge, and he shot it in Argentina.
So Matt Sessman, let's just make sure.
Okay.
Clarify. So he shoots with just his feet.
Only his feet.
Yes.
Yes.
Only
So
his
he has no arms.
Yeah, he has no arms.
The armless archer.
And
armless
also, he was shooting against the guy from Japan. I think it's Japan.
I think so.
He had no arms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had to
So-
take a double take. I was like, what? What?
Yeah, two great archers shooting with just their feet
Yeah.
Yes.
for the world championship. So.
Crazy.
But Carrie and Matt, I have a picture on my wall from a magazine, 10-10-10, which was their cover shot. Matt had just shot, and Carrie only had 10 seconds left on the clock. And when you look at the magazine picture, everybody's looking at Carrie, or they're looking at this great big shot clock that they had. Nobody's looking at the target. They're looking at the shot clock.
Right.
It's going 5, 4, 3, 2, and she lets go, and the buzzer hit, and she hit a perfect 10.
Wow.
And so they beat the Canadian team. And so Matt was just energized about that he thought him and Carrie, they were going to go all the way then. But then through that reclassification, and that was the year that they started changing classification numbers and what number system they got, and Carrie didn't reclassify. And so that kind of crushed her hopes altogether, and unfortunately she just kind of drifted out of the archery after that.
Why didn't she reclassify? Was it because of how the system had changed?
Because how the system had changed and
Okay.
the points. Yeah. But
I
now
didn't even realize.
an aircraft pilot.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
flying airplanes.
I didn't
Wow.
realize
Soaring high now.
like there's even it's down to the level of do you have a core or not?
Yeah.
And that's I'm just like
Yeah.
there's just so much to it
Yeah.
on getting classified.
Yeah, so now she wasn't the only one that year. There were multiple athletes on the USAT team that didn't reclassify. So, and in all different nations, there were a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know why they they changed that reclassification. I'm sure they had good reason for that, but it's a lot more stricter now.
Yeah. Yeah, some of the new rules with USA Archery, speaking of changes,
Yeah, no equipment failures.
the no equipment failure,
Yeah.
I'm still a little confused because maybe it's an issue in world archery, but like I've judged a lot of events and that never seems to really slow down a tournament.
Now, and most of those changes or equipment failures, and if they have to fix them, they usually get them fixed by the time the next time. is
Right.
up.
Yeah.
But I think they're going by a world federation ruling where if you go to a World Cup or something like that, there's no equipment failures. You have to have a backup.
Right.
So if you have a failure, which we saw that in the Olympics even, where they had a failure, you have to turn around and reach back and grab your other bow and keep shooting.
And that's what it's gonna. That's really what it comes down to. It sounds terrible, but most of these elite archers do have a backup bow.
Yeah, most of them.
They just don't like it.
I guess we're not elite. I don't have that kind of money.
Oh, you'll be there soon enough.
Okay.
For most of the kids that travel on USAT teams or national teams, and here's another little inside track, is when they have, I had two girls that were going to Columbia last year, and one of them flew in from Minnesota and trained, and then on the last day she was here training before she flew out, one of the other girls that was going on the same trip was from over in Plano, and they exchanged bows at my house. So one took her backup bow, put them in the other case, and that way, and this actually happened.
What, the bow didn't show.
The bow didn't show up, but
Wow.
her backup bow and some other equipment that all the other archers had, they pieced one together so that she could practice, and then her bow ended up in a different airport, and so they had to go get it. But
I
she ended up
always worry
on
about
the
that.
day of qualification. She ended up with her gear, but by then she was really rattled.
Right.
So it's hard to
yeah.
refocus.
It is hard to.
Yeah, that's the second time. I when back in 2011 when I went to Croatia to World Field Championships, same thing happened there. One of the girls' bows didn't show up, and we literally, of all the archers that were there, we built a bow
Yeah.
just so that she could.
And I've
compete.
heard of that happening everywhere.
Yeah,
You know.
I worry about that happening when we go to Vegas.
yeah.
And
I've
it's-
had
and
mine
it's-
damaged
and it's
going to
legit.
Vegas.
It's a legit reason. After like the second time, we would take a picture of it because stuff came back damaged.
Yeah.
Which I don't even understand why. Like I don't want to call TSA out, but when they opened it up, obviously it wasn't put back together like it
Right.
was, and when it was closed, it broke arrows and whatever else was wrong with it. So what I did was I would take a picture of everything after I've packed it and put a note like, "You're welcome to look, but don't touch."
You've got us doing that now. And then whenever I was at X10 last weekend, someone said, "How do you pack your bow? We're fixing to have to start traveling." And I was like, I pulled it up on my phone where I had printed it. I was like, "Oh, well, look here's a
Zip
picture."
tie the strings.
And this.
Yeah,
zip tie
you
the
do all the
strings.
stuff, you just to make sure that somebody doesn't mess with it. The other thing that we found when we bought a Legends case, the soft case.
Yeah.
We have TSA since we've bought one. That was probably 3 years ago. We have not had a bow looked at since
Really?
then.
That's
I just
interesting.
worry because when we checked our bows, let's say at the first Vegas trip, we checked it. The lady took it, and I guess she was like strong or something, but she took that bow and threw it to the belt behind her. My husband goes, "Leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone," because I was like,
So it's funny you should say that. So Dakota, Taylor, and I, years ago, we were coming back from Vegas, and we both had, I think we flew to Phoenix first, and then from Phoenix to here.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were both sitting there at the gate, and we saw them transferring the luggage over. And so we're standing right outside the window looking at the plane, and here comes the cart around, and they take Dakota's bow case and throw it, and it goes tumbling across the ground.
No.
And I looked at Dakota and I went, "So did you pack clothes around your bow?" And he goes, "No."
No.
I'm like, "Oh."
"Oh man!"
And I was thinking that it did damage it.
Yeah, you
So
you
we
do have to
the
be.
SKB, and we still put foam in it, foam padding,
To
like
hold
that
stuff.
eggshell kind
Oh
of
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So
I wrap all my extra clothes around my bow.
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff like that as
And
well.
zip
pack
tie
it.
the strings.
See, I haven't done that. That's
So I know
new.
I haven't done that.
I haven't
I
even
did that
heard of
one
that, so you're gonna
time,
have to
but
teach us.
that's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, I know 3 bows that got blown up from TSA.
Somebody wants to pull it back,
And play
somebody
with
went,
it.
"Hey, I can pull that
and they'll
back."
try to put it back in there. It don't go fit. The speaking of Dakota, they had some bows that were damaged recently on travel, but it was him and Kat, his fiance. The problem was, I think the problem was it was 2 different sized bows
in the same bow.
in the
case?
same bow case. It was, even though it was a double bow case, those smaller bows, because the ATA is smaller, it's gonna hit in a
Yeah,
weird
get
spot,
turned around.
and that's what happened. It damaged one of the cams. So that's just stuff that you just got to be aware of
Yeah.
when you're doing it.
We travel with 2 different bows, 2 different bow cases, and I freaked out the first time because, or one of the first times anyway, got out there and one of the bows was on the carousel, go around, and then the other one never showed up. But then come to find out, TSA for some reason deemed one as a weapon and one, so they had to hand bring it back to us, and yeah, that freaked me out just a little bit.
Yeah, the first year that I bought my SKB case, 3 days later I left for Vegas, and we were all standing around the carousel, and everybody's bow came but mine. And I was like, "Oh, maybe I should go over to oversized luggage." It's probably oversized luggage.
Yeah.
And so we were standing there, and actually my mom came up from Kingman, Arizona, to meet us. And so we were all just standing there talking to my mom, and all of a sudden I look up, and I was like, "Oh, there's my bow case coming around."
There it is.
Yeah, it's all by itself.
All by itself.
And so it comes over real close, and I pick it up off of there. I'm really happy, and I stand it up on end, and I put my elbow on it, and something cuts my elbow. And I look down,
no.
the whole corner of my brand new SKB case was broke off. And so, of course, I fall to the floor, I pop the case open, I take all the clothes off, and I'm looking at my bow, and I'm like, "Oh, thank God, everything's good on it."
Yeah. Oh
So-
my goodness.
Then I
That says
packed
something
up-
for SKB, because
That's
those
it.
things
Yeah.
are tanks.
They are. So then, when we were going back home, and this is when I lived in Michigan at the time, and so we were flying from Vegas back to Detroit, and so I packed it really tight. I put tape balls in the corners. Okay, I mean literally big old tape balls in the corners, so that everything was tight in there. Zip tied it. Put my TSA approved locks on it.
Yes.
Which you'll never get back.
Or we'll put 2 and come back with 1. I don't know.
So
Yeah, they
I
always
I
seem to
get to
disappear.
Detroit. Mine's the last one to come around the carousel, and I'm like, "Yeah, it made it." Until I went to pick it up, and I noticed the other corner was the opposite
No.
corner
Oh
was
my
completely broke
goodness.
off. So then
I've
I
never
was
even
like-
heard of this.
Yeah. So here's a great plug for SKB. I took cardboard, boxed it up, I sent it to SKB, and they send me a brand new case.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they stand
That's
behind
fantastic.
it.
And I got to say that is the case for about any bow manufacturer, any accessories. I mean, there is very few things. Well, I can't even think of something that I haven't had an issue with that they just replaced or fixed right away.
My Vortex binoculars.
They didn't fix them?
No, they fixed them. I thought you said, another company that didn't do that. And I was like, no, Vortex does it.
I know they all do it. That's what I was saying. Like everyone
Vortex.
okay, gotcha.
That's
All
why I
of them.
have all Vortex.
Vortex, I just sent back. Ryan had a set right before Lancaster that the piece didn't work, the eyepiece. I sent a week and a half from when I mailed it out. Week and a half, I had it back.
Yeah, they're
Loops
bigger.
keeps coming off. I don't know. They've already replaced the whole set first because they came off, and so it's just a metal piece with the little screw in it.
Yeah.
And now this pair has done the same exact thing. Mine
send it back.
mine don't do that. Julia's doesn't
He
do
just
it.
hard on it.
I guess so.
I had a set that broke here. Sent it back. They sent me a brand new set.
Yeah.
So Vortex again. That is a
luckily,
great.
I have had nothing but great luck with all my Vortex.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great luck.
I was really surprised. I asked him, I said, you couldn't just get new pieces to put on there? And my mom, it's just easier to do that. All right.
Okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
hey, I've had a great time hanging out with you.
Thanks,
guys.
Jesse.
We
Yes.
thoroughly appreciate you coming and talking with us.
I want to jump. I see the eyes from the kids down
Yeah,
there.
they're like, where
Where is
is?
our
coach? Yeah, so-
we've hung on to you long enough.
So before
Yeah.
it gets to the panic mode,
Yes.
I look. So
Yeah.
Especially before they come down here, our parents come down here.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, this was fun though. Maybe I can break away some time next weekend.
You
and
should
we'll
be
do
able
some
to.
tour down there.
You know,
That'd be great.
there we actually have a better setup because you can literally see everybody from where we perch.
Yes.
Well, maybe I'll coach from the
And we
box
can
up there.
zoom
Yeah,
in.
we can zoom in. We've got cameramen like Ryan over there, which Ryan absolutely loves being the
loves being
cameraman.
the
He should have said no. He's like, it is boring. That is one job he does not like to
But
do.
you're so great at it.
He's
There's
like,
a future in camera.
yeah. He's okay. He does a really good job until you
Oh.
tell he gets really bored, and then all of a sudden the camera just stops
He goes
and everybody
sleep.
walks away, and it's just facing a
blank
wall. And then all of a sudden it comes back real fast.
We could get the flag.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jesse, for coming by,
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
talking with us,
Thanks for
and
having
we'll catch you next weekend.
So hey, I want to plug real quick.
Yeah.
I've got a Red Team camp coming up at Fort Girard in Weatherford, Texas, March 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Okay.
And that's for any kids under 17 from 12, later date 12-year-old to 17-year-old.
And they can sign up if they're not a part of the Red Team?
What they need to do is to send me or Coach Sean Thompson an email. And then what I do is all I need is their name, their birth date, and their USA number.
So if anybody's listening to this,
Yeah.
send a message to Texas Archery or a message to Scott Booth, and I will get you in contact with Jesse.
Yeah, or aitcoachjesse@gmail.com.
There you go.
And what I do is I send them an invite, and through the invite, they can register and come to camp. We'd love to have them.
Okay.
I've got lots and lots of room. Lots of room.
Send me, do you have any advertisement on that?
It should be posted on USA's archery website.
On their
under
website?
Red Team.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to get that out to the team and see if...
Yeah, there's also another camp in June, 24th, 25th, and 26th. And that's kind of a warm-up to get them ready for Joad Outdoor Nationals.
Okay. That's good.
Okay?
All right. Thank you,
thanks for
Jesse.
having me.
Thank you.
Well, Jesse did a great job.
Yes.
Appreciate him coming
He's so
and
good with
talking
kids
with us.
and then hearing how he is with the adults too. And any question I've ever had, he's always been right there and willing to answer.
Yep.
Have a panicking kid. He's good with that.
He's good with a panicking kid. Let's go ahead and switch these cameras around. There is a difference between these high-end cameras and the Wi-Fi cameras, I can tell you. They're a lot clearer. We're getting some really good video. We have cameras set up high, and I've got them trying to catch everybody with these two cameras. I could catch all of them with one, but it's just so far out you can't
Yeah,
tell.
you can can see the archers a little better with the
Right.
2 cameras.
Well, what we'll do is we're going to take just a quick little break. We're going to leave the cameras on. We'll just let some music so that we can grab some water and get back with you guys.
Sounds good.
All right.
Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness.
All right. What song do we want here?
Well, we don't want the drunk
I
people, and we
do-
don't want Psycho. Your new favorite song.
There's 3 of them. That's not the same song. You keep thinking it doesn't mean if it's Spanish doesn't mean that it's all the same music. Yeah, you did.
They all start out the same then.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Suelto encima de mi baby, siempre te siento, siempre te siento, siento. No hay nadie más con que prefiera bailar, aguanta y baila. Como fuego iluminamos el cielo con nuestro amor. Aguanta y baila siempre. Y ya llegó el momento de dejarte. Siempre me duele cuando estamos aparte. Nos pasamos muy bien juntos. Dejemos nuestra huella y punto. Estoy loco por tocarte, pero no me atrevo a textarte. Tú solo bailas en mi mente, mi amor. No hay nadie más con que prefiera bailar, aguanta y baila. Como fuego iluminamos el cielo con nuestro amor. Aguanta y baila siempre. Y ya llegó el momento de dejarte. Siempre me duele cuando estamos aparte. Nos pasamos muy bien juntos. Dejemos nuestra huella y punto. Clarito, para siempre. Yeah, Lonely papá, entre más lejos más feliz. Era un veneno y lo bebí. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Siempre sé la peli esa actriz, pero ya vamos llegando al fin. Yeah, yeah. Somos felices a distancia, ya no aguanto tu fragancia. Tú no eres consentida, que la tienes merecida. Somos felices a distancia, ya no aguanto tu fragancia. Tú no eres consentida, que la tienes merecida. Cogiste la rosa y escupiste pina. Nunca será Nati ni seré tu pina. Gucci, Dior, baby, te ves fina. Qué pena que sea falsa, hecha en China. De pronto no era tan malo, ni tú tan buena como tú lo creías. En los fines pa' pasar la tuya, baila y copa, divertida, pero chica está. Que te crees que eres dulce como lollipop. Dice que quiere fiesta, faja, money. ¿Qué tú crees? Sal de aquí ya. Solo maquineo, pero no. Yo tengo una fila de buenas, así que tan bebé. Quiere pretender y no le da. Nunca travesura, baby, no soy Nicky Jam. Solo tú me amas cuando quieres juguete. Yo no te bote, pero por falla vete. Ese coro yo se lo recete. Somos felices a distancia. Yo no aguanto tu fragancia. Tú no eres consentida. Te la tenés merecida. Somos felices a distancia. Yo no aguanto tu fragancia. Tú no eres consentida. Te la tenés merecida. Somos felices a distancia. Somos felices a distancia. Ya no aguanto tu fragancia. Tú no eres consentida. Te la tienes merecida. Somos felices a distancia. Ya no aguanto tu fragancia. Tú no eres consentida. Te la tienes merecida. Yeah, yeah. Luni, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told ya I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. Country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told ya I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told ya I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious. Idiots thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there when it feels like I'm lying every time someone asks how it goes, and I save the details that actually mean something two. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. I'm not gonna wake up. Can't see clear through the smoke you created. I feel my feet on the ground and they're shaking. How am I supposed to save the situation? Why the steps getting wasted even though we feel the same? Would you hug me in the dark? Let the worries go away. Would you do it all again? Do it all again? Would you leave your finger marks on my body while it sways? Would you light my way, find my way home again? My home is you. 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 Here we are, where we thought we'd never be. Is there ever a way to be free? Can we turn back time so long, my dear? How are we supposed to save the situation? Would you hug me in the dark? Let the worries go away. Would you do it all again? Do it all again? Would you leave your finger marks on my body while it sways? Would you light my way, find my way home again? My home is you. 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 My home is you.
Me es difícil decir que te amo, pero no sé si estoy mezclando una vez más lo que me das y lo que quiero. De pronto esa ya no sea mi realidad. No sé si es amor, es que quiero estar solo. La soledad me hace preso, la condena son tus besos. No sé si es amor, es que Estamos envueltos en un juego de dos. Quiero estar a lo tuyo, pero a veces no. De pronto son cosas del destino. Nos mejoramos con el tiempo como el vino. Súbeme la nota, que no se me nota. Ya no estaba ready y fui un idiota. Que hay mucha brisa, se acabó la risa. Ya empezamos el gota a gota. Perdona la actitud que yo tengo hacia ti. Yo me pongo inseguro cuando tú quieres estar.
Let's make a run together, I'll be by your side. Before we collide, and if the sky falls down on you, just beat it up. Before we collide, let's make it last forever, I'm ready to fly. Before we collide, and when the sun don't shine on you, just heat it up. Before we collide. Let's make a run together, I'll be by your side. Before we collide, and if the sky falls down on you, just beat it up. Before we collide, let's make it last forever, I'm ready to fly. Before we collide, and when the sun don't shine on you, just heat it up. Before we collide.
I'm staying in bed thinking back on us and everything that went wrong. Never said goodbye, think I broke your trust, should've known this all along. Don't wanna be the one that you're trying to avoid. I'm feeling so confused, why did I act so annoyed? 'Cause I don't wanna be strangers, baby. The next time when we meet, and oh, it dawned on me. Was gold and you gotta know I was standing on the border. The walls around me kept me safe.
Robert's doing a little dance down there. Check it out.
I'm stuck up in pride, but I'm waking up now.
Rick Stonebreaker is not doing a dance. What was that?
You're yelling.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, we're back. We had to take a little break. You can only talk so much.
Maybe you can. I can still talk.
Oh, I needed some water.
Oh.
And
water.
I got to tell you, these
Oh my
red
gosh,
velvet,
the cake balls are so awesome.
they are awesome.
Hey, but I'm upset.
Again?
They don't have tea.
They don't?
No.
I guess
So this
that's what
place
we'll-
we're going to eat tonight, does it have tea?
Yes.
Oh, yay.
It will have tea.
All right.
Well, compared to Vegas tea, because I know how you were
Oh my gosh, Vegas
impressed
tea was so
with
awesome.
Vegas tea,
It
which
was so fresh.
is because
all
it
the
was
time.
spiked.
I had never had spiked tea, and that would be gross.
I don't know.
Ew.
Have you never heard of a Thai tea? That's what you were having.
You have chai tea all the time.
No, Thai.
Tai Chi? That's like
No.
exercise. You just said Tai Chi was a drink.
No.
Wait, you did.
I'm not even talking to you.
Oh my goodness. I have more time to talk then.
There we go. We're just going to leave the camera there.
That's what Ryan does. No,
This is. Why pick on Ryan? He's right here.
I don't know. Because he's right here.
All right, well, you're too close.
I'm telling you.
Scoot over. We had to get real tight because we had this table's only 4-foot table, and
And he had the chairs locked. They're those locking chairs.
well, we had to be close so that Jesse could get in here.
I was like hanging off the other side because it was too close for me.
Too close.
There's close, like riding in the car close.
That's right, and that was close.
This is like
This table, it's not
church
really-
pew packed close.
But I'm. What is that noise?
It's you talking. Oh, it is.
Oh, that's
your
why. I'm like,
phone.
where is that noise coming from? Ryan's like, it's
You?
because of your volume is up.
See, I told you it's because of you.
Weird.
You are weird.
That's much better. Your mama's weird.
Oh my goodness.
All right, we have absolutely no idea where we are,
Ah.
but we are close to halfway. We have to be close to halfway at this point because
I thought we just finished half.
it's 4:30.
Right.
I don't know. Did we finish half?
I know you don't know.
Oh, we did. We did. That's why
Yeah.
we took the break.
Yes.
All right, so we are halfway. We are on end 7 of the TFAA State
hey.
Championship.
By the way, everyone out there in archery land, when I say that I have to go to the bathroom, it does not mean that I'm going number 2. So for some reason,
We will
I get
we
a
will always
text-
make that assumption with you.
I got a text message saying, you know, you didn't need to tell everybody that you needed to go poo. And I was like, what? I never said that, and I didn't do that either.
Now you've said it.
No, because I still haven't done that. I drink a lot, so
So,
I have to go to the bathroom.
How many
more.
people texted you about
It was one. But it
One too
won.
many?
Yeah, it was one too many. I'm telling you.
All right, we're on the 7th end.
Second
with-
cup of coffee.
And her second cup of coffee, which this should get exciting. How's your head feeling right now?
It's feeling better.
Okay, good.
I think I just didn't have enough caffeine.
I'm thinking
sugar?
Starbucks
I
might
don't
be a
know.
part of our journey back.
Woo woo.
Yes, yes. So we have this is TFAA State. Next
Yes.
week is TSAA State.
Which is Texas State Archery Association.
Yes, so one of them, TFAA, is a part of NFAA, which is the National Field Archery Association, which is who hosts Vegas
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Then TSAA is a part of
They don't
USA
host
Archery.
it, but they
Well, they run it.
run it. Yeah.
Why do you always have to correct
South
me?
Point hosted it.
Somebody had to host it.
Well, yeah.
But TSAA is a part of USA Archery.
Yes.
Which-
Ooh, so we're gonna have different colored targets next
We
week.
will have different colored targets.
Yep.
We will have extra cameras, I am sure, that will work.
I think we're up to 7. Is that what I heard?
Yes, there are 7 cameras, 1 on us. We'll have 2 HD cameras on the archers and 4 on the targets. I'm going to try to get some name tags, but the name tags didn't help like I thought they were going to help the last time we ran one. We could see them with our binoculars, but the cameras,
see on
it just
cameras,
blurred it out because, well, the light came down just perfect on them with the cameras, so they just were like a big white, just white piece of paper up there. But we will be running live scoring. That's going to be a lot of fun. I have Michael Honacki is going to be the one responsible for live scoring.
That's cool.
We have Dakota Taylor, who is going to be the director with, who was the other person? My mind just went blank. Jeff Dabney.
Cool.
It's been a long day. So Jeff Dabney. We
We
have
still have one more day to go.
we have multiple days of people that are helping. I think we probably have about 10 or 15 volunteers that are going to make it happen, and part of that is just the amount of when you talk about when you do these social media events like this, you do live scoring, you do an event where you have 150 to 200 archers. You have to have a lot of volunteers to do it,
Yes.
and I am super appreciative of our volunteers.
Even for a SIWAT, we normally have, 6 volunteers? 6 of us?
Yeah, we do. We do have multiples, and that's partly we just make it bigger than, we make it as big as we can, with live
Go big or
feeds.
go home.
Yeah, go big or go home, right? Jordan Miners, she's making fun of me the last time I said it, and
Because she's dope like that.
yeah, she's dope. So we have Bailey Honeycutt, who
Yes.
will be broadcasting with me
She's
on
the
Friday.
bomb.com.
She is. And we have Jordan Miners that will be hosting on Saturday, and then we will have yours truly next to me,
Whoop, whoop.
Wendy Cook,
The one and only.
the one and only. So let's just go
I
ahead.
actually think there's another Wendy Cook out there, but
Is there another? There's no way there's another Wendy Cook out there.
I believe there is.
Let's see. So if we go ahead and pull up, I'm going to go ahead and pull up where you guys can see Bailey Honeycutt and Jordan Miners once I find where I put those
Phenomenal
pictures.
young ladies.
Nope, that is not it. Clicked on the wrong thing. Here we go. So here is Bailey Honeycutt. She is, let's see.
She's one of the archers that Coach Jesse was just talking about.
Yep, excellent young lady. Junior in high school. Excellent archer, multiple national champion, state champion, and she will be on our show. That road to $10,000 is $10,000 cash that we're giving away.
But it's 11,000 now, isn't it?
It is now $11,000 because our Olympic recurves have stepped it up, and we had said if there was more money that came in, we would just give that to the
Roll
archers.
it back out.
So we are giving it back out. I've got to fix the text on there. Maybe. Oh, I see what I did.
To make it 11,000 instead of 10,000.
Yeah, I need to. No, I'm not going to do that.
Starting soon, yeah, because we're.
Yeah, that's just. I just went ahead and pulled the picture up so that. Let me go ahead and kill that. There you go. So there's Bailey Honeycutt. Let's go ahead and see if I have one for Jordan. That's close by. There is Jordan right there.
I wonder
Jordan.
what she's going to be wearing.
She dressed up. She showed
Right.
us up, didn't she, last time?
I need to step up my game.
Yep. She's a senior in high school shooting. She made the world archery team this year or last year. Still part of it. And I think she's out at Salt Lake City shooting today.
Wow.
This weekend. She's shooting nationals out there. And then,
She's
of
funny.
course,
She's going to keep you in line.
she will try to keep
she
me in
will
line.
keep you in line.
She will try to keep me in line. And then we've got old Wendy Cook.
Old, yeah. I am definitely old compared to this.
Right there. There's old Wendy Cook. And we will be presenting the finals, which should be a lot of fun. And I don't remember. There we go. It's back. So we are back. Let's get back to the archers. like we had said, there are almost 400 archers shooting this, which is amazing that Texas can put together a tournament this big, 2-day shoot. I think that what that tells me is that there is potential for some big tournaments in Texas.
Yes.
And I think if we can look at hosting more tournaments that give away a lot of money, we will build something big here in
Yes.
Texas. Lancaster has one, Vegas has one, and then that's up north in the middle, and now we need one in the south, and I
Yes.
think Texas is primed for it.
The trifecta.
The trifecta. This is the 8th end. How many ends are after that? I should have. There's her face. How many ends?
Do you not know?
I know.
Oh,
Just seeing if you could do the math.
my goodness. Not even.
Oh, you're not even gonna humor me.
No, I'm not. Oh, when somebody turns around after shooting and they take out a big sigh, that's kind of scary.
Right. So
Ivy's taking a look at his.
there's Ivy, one of the Texas archery staff shooters. Dakota's down there as well somewhere.
Somewhere. I saw Kat a few minutes ago, his fiance.
Oh, I saw her walk in. Got a
That
couple good
end that
pictures
we're
in there.
looking at right now is much more packed than this end. So the end with the youth archers.
I know, you can see they're just piled in there,
All
aren't they?
the parents.
Then over
And
here-
over
You can almost see us.
and look at the emptiness.
Let me see.
No, I probably could.
No, you
No.
can't see us.
Okay.
Can't see us. Oh, maybe. Wendy's trying. You can barely see her hand moving on that right corner. There it is. Or left corner. Your left corner.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Now I'm hungry for pizza.
Yeah, we're gonna go do Sam's Pizza tonight, I think.
Okay.
I hear it's really good.
All right.
It better be good.
What? You gonna chew out your mama? 'Cause if it's
Because I'm
not,
gonna yell at my mama.
You're terrible. Terrible.
Whenever we're staying at my in-laws' house, and I go and I open up the cupboard, and there is nothing in there good.
And he texted his mother-in-law.
I did.
It was awful.
I sent her a picture and said, "Seriously? What on earth?"
It is not her duty to make sure that you have snacks.
Yeah, Wendy, I got lost when she said duty.
I knew it. I knew it was coming. knew it.
You knew it was coming. Yeah, you had to know that was coming.
And if you want snacks, I've got
Yeah,
some snacks.
Wendy brought her
I
craft.
still have some more red velvet
Yeah.
cake balls.
Which, if you're here, you should have some of those. Those things are
Oh
awesome.
my gosh. Oh, and I have some chocolate chip cookies
Wow.
also from the bake sale. And I haven't even opened my Southwest Trail Mix. Oh my goodness, that is so good.
I don't think I've ever
I
had
love
it.
it. It's spicy, a little bit sweet.
A little spicy.
And then my banana
your
chips.
healthy choice. Let me see those.
Don't even look
Those-
at how much sugar.
Those are not healthy.
And then I've got milk chocolate and yogurt.
And just so you know, those have less calories than these.
But it's banana chips.
So you feel like it's healthy.
I feel like it's healthy.
There you
It
go.
can go with my Southwest Trail Mix, and I'm all good to go.
Yeah, I
But
guess.
you don't want me to get hangry.
You've got enough food there to feed us for tonight and tomorrow.
See, you have snacks.
I'm just thinking, before we leave all this mess, we're going to have to clean it up a little bit. You should see the cake. I mean,
It's chaos.
it was clean until Wendy got here and said she wanted the computer here. And
Well, Well, I kept looking
soundboard
this
over
way, and the
here.
camera's over here, so that just...
It's right. You were
vibe.
right. You were right.
He said it again. Yes.
I just muted her. All right, they're coming back. We've got 4 more ends, and then we will
More caffeine.
stick in a fork in it. Wow. How much caffeine have you put down today?
A lot. But I'm feeling better. My headache's gone.
Well, good. You're right. That end where a lot of the youth are is full, and then you come over here and there's like nobody. That is hilarious. The spot to be is on this side. You could probably have a better look from this side.
Right? The COVID in?
Yep. The COVID in.
non-COVID.
That's right. You and I are in a good spot. We're away from
We
everybody to
are.
the side. Somebody said
People
it
come
would.
by and they wave. We get to wave
Yeah.
back. They give us a thumbs up. We still wave back. And
Yeah,
if they just look at us, we wave back.
I know, right?
Bunch of wavers.
Yeah, somebody's like, you guys should be upstairs, you know? But I think we'd been too loud
I
up
think
there.
so too.
I think we would have.
I don't know. I still could have shushed you and you could have calmed down. But
It's true. Here we've got a little buffer from the archers in front.
Bottom targets.
All right. End 9. 4 more. Maybe just 4 more. I don't know.
He has no clue. That's why he asked me.
I just make it up.
I know.
Fake it till you make it.
Just like some of your answers you just make up.
I do. I'm 50%er. You just got to know what to call me on.
Well, you're being kind of generous to yourself.
Yeah, I am. 4 more ends.
Mr. Belusic is up there on the line.
Where's Mr. Belusic?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Oh, you still can't see him.
Oh, is he cut off?
Yep.
Oh, he is cut off. I didn't realize we cut off. You can see in the bottom right corner, I couldn't get the camera close enough to that edge because it's actually on the edge.
Living on the edge. Okay. See? You living on the edge. Aerosmith on.
So I don't have a lot of music that we can play.
You
So that's
barely
why-
have any in English.
I've got like 3 Hispanic
English?
songs. No, I have more than that.
You sure?
I do.
Okay.
It's really hard
I
to
think
find.
that's one of those 50% questions.
No, there is. I gotta tell you, when you're looking up this music,
Do you have to
it
tell
is a
us?
hassle because I bet you I listen to 50 songs just to get something that I feel like has the right beat.
Okay.
It does.
All right.
I do like this view a little better, having a couple cameras up there where we can
Yes,
actually
yes.
see archers.
That was an improvement.
I think I see Stony in the blue down there. It is really is hard to see people from this angle.
Okay, so, Ryan is sporting a hole in his pants, and he says that it's from his back stabilizer. What do you think about those pouches?
So the problem we found with the pouches, so what she's talking about is when an archer lifts up, they take that stabilizer and they stick it on their hip. And then they set up, or they set from basically get their arm right, and then they go up to set position. The little pouch, it hangs up. So if you set your hand and you have to literally take your shoulder in or bend your elbow to get out of it, you have to reset every single time. That's why he likes to put it on right above his wallet, because he can just literally lift up from there and go right into his setup.
Okay,
or his
so a
set.
female who does not have a wallet in their front pocket.
Well, I don't know. Set it on their big hip. I don't know.
Their big hip. Did you just seriously say They're big hip. So all female archers have big hips.
I mean, you said it. I didn't.
I don't. You might as well have said every female archer needs a wide load sign.
Right.
Oh my word.
Beep, beep, beep.
As they're backing off the line.
They're backing off. Yeah, that's right.
See, I knew.
That would be inappropriate if I said that.
Yeah. Or if you just made the noises.
So here's the second line. I can see all the way down there at the end. You see Andrew Z with the red shirt with the till bow. One of Texas Archery Joad shooters. Man, they are tucked in there tight. It is hard to tell, isn't it?
Yep. That's sneaking light. I'm like, what is that?
She keeps ducking her head like she can see under the lights on the screen. Because we get to see what you guys see as we're looking. Let's go ahead and move.
Okay. Well,
This one's not as noticeable. I see Rick Stonebreaker. I see
Coach Robert.
Coach Robert. I see Claire Manis in the blue. Does she have a hat on? Yeah, she has a hat on backwards with her blonde hair. She's Olympic recurve, left-handed shooter. She's still staring at the target.
Staring that target down.
Wow. There we go. She draws back. You see Toby Ragsdale down there. I think next to Alyssa.
Yep.
Saddle River Range. Toby has the blue bow pulling back right now. Alyssa just shot her shot. She is shooting NASP. And that's one thing I think that in archery we've got to figure out is how do we tap into the different organizations. I think we heard Jesse talk a little bit about it, but when you have 4-H does a very good job on getting archers there, getting these new archers in, but how do you transition them into these other organizations?
Mm-hmm. And NASP is National Archery in School program.
Hold on a second. I need to mute the phone. Mute the phone for a second.
I don't know why you muted mine. I wasn't talking.
Well, it's just best to keep you muted most of the time. Just helps.
That's not right.
Yeah. So here we go. We are.
Here we go.
Here we go
again.
Man, not having live scoring does make it a little more difficult, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
But it's not bad.
I don't know about not having the live. I mean, for the people out in the audience and at home, yeah, it's tough not to have the live scoring. However, it's also just not having the, extra cameras. I know how much I miss them now down on the target to where we could even see.
Yeah. Because sometimes we know some of these archers and, their scores and, we know that some of them, for example, the open adult class, those guys are going to be all determined by X's, and we could be looking at some of those targets.
Yeah.
If we had targets or had cameras down there. Those cameras are just sitting over there doing nothing in a box.
It's okay. Regardless, I'm happy to at least be here doing live feeds for people anyway.
Yeah. Now they're going to score. Let's see. Let's check the chat and see if there's anything going on.
Is that what they meant whenever he said score?
Score. Score.
Soccer.
Scar. That's cool. Scar Booth. My new radio name. Love it. Thank you for that. Scar Booth. Arr.
Okay, I don't
So
know if
awesome.
that's Scar. That's more like Captain Booth.
I'll take that. You're going to refer to me as Captain?
No, I'm not.
I think that's a great idea.
Captain Booth.
Captain Booth.
Live.
Scar.
Arr. I didn't know what I was going to say. Oh, you think scoring was like when the guy goes, score? Soccer has
They can't. They may not be
goal.
able to hear that. Your
See.
butt.
Soccer has goal. We've got
Yeah.
score.
Yeah. But it was a little more abrupt, like score. Kind of like an angry German.
9.
9.
Which
So-
we don't have 9s in NFAA or
No.
TFAA. We have that in
Unless you shot a 5 and a 4 and a miss.
okay.
That would be a 9.
Captain Booth scoring. Arr.
It's Captain Scar.
They just combined the two.
Captain Scars.
Oh my goodness.
Huh? Okay. Well, this has been fun because we do
Yes.
like to talk, and
Yes.
you know what? To be honest, this is more fun to me than just to sit in the stands and just watch.
Absolutely.
You know,
And I guess,
one
you know, you
watching
are-
Ryan shoot one arrow
You
at a
are
time.
accomplishing your goal of keeping me from being a helicopter parent.
I know, should be all stressed out over there, probably crying at this point, twice.
my girl was already crying, so you know.
I know, I feel bad for her. She is such a competitor.
And Ryan made me cry. He come over here and was yelling at me, telling me I was doing it. I was turning it the wrong. I was turning
Why did you
it the
yell?
wrong way, and I was so upset.
So Ryan, go ahead and defend yourself.
I never yelled at her. I don't know. It's so dumb. I literally one
So
time
dumb.
she misfired with a hinge, and I was like, "Are you supposed to be shooting the hinge?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay." And then she took that as yelling.
Ryan yelled at me and told me I wasn't supposed to be shooting the hinge. I told him, no, your dad said.
I did not yell. I literally was like, "Are you supposed to be shooting the hinge?" And she's like, "Yeah." Okay.
Yeah,
Just like your dad, you know, is mean and told me I was fat and I look better now that I lost weight.
I did not say that.
Oh, you lost weight. You look
I
good
said-
now.
Said you look good, and she's like.
Well, if I look good now and I didn't look good before.
Then she tells the story and adds the word "now" after it.
Okay, if someone says, hey, you lost some weight. You
look
look
good."
good. Now, you
It was
did
a-
not look good
no.
before. Yeah.
I'm gonna replace her with a guy. So much easier.
Hey, you know what? David Allen has been the only guy that you've had. David and Ryan.
No, I've had Adam.
Oh, you did. Whatever happened to Adam? Did he like fall off the face of the earth, or
He's pretty much fallen off the face of the earth.
that was a dig at Adam?
Adam Gugasberg.
Right? Okay. Shh.
Uh-oh, a judge is coming over.
Yeah. Because you're being too loud.
Okay, everybody.
You're distracting. I'm whispering. I'm using my inside voice. I don't know about you.
Did he
Maybe
just-
that is your inside voice.
Did he just say when he said again?
When he said begin.
Oh, sounds better what I said. So we'll need to remember to turn the cameras off,
Okay.
and that's about it. I'm not doing anything else. I'll turn the lights. I'll turn the lights off.
Maybe the board.
You gotta love that I brought lights. Come on. I mean,
Yes, absolutely.
like if it wasn't for the lights, you wouldn't get all this pretty.
Right? Like when you used to use all the light on you and I would have no light.
I know. Here, let's take these off.
No.
I'm gonna mute this here. Hold on.
Okay. Right?
There we go. I went ahead and took it. See, that's way better. Like you can see my
Sorry, I
face.
had to have more caffeine.
I think it's going to be better to take these off. I think so. I mean,
I just
look,
wonder how much.
half your face is missing.
It was probably better when half yours was.
Wow.
Half my face is missing. You look like a weeble wobble.
Yeah, I think this is
Weebles
better.
wobble,
I'm going to
but
take
they
these
don't
off.
Fall down. Aw, I love my little cushion.
I know you do. You can leave your cushy there if you want to.
Well, then that looks weird. Okay, I don't want to break it. You do it. Oh, flip at my face.
All right, we're back.
Now I
Let's see.
look
Oh, I
old
do
school.
think that looks better.
I look like one of those ladies singing in the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is so good to be here at TFAA.
All right, we're getting off of that.
Scat-a-data.
There we go.
I think the caffeine's kicking in.
Finally.
Yes. Uh-oh. My girl's looking down there.
Man, she is on the end.
Yeah. She's
Big
the
time.
last bail.
The last bail. We need to figure out some more interviews. The problem is everybody that shot this morning or this afternoon, I was like, ooh, we'll interview. They left. They didn't stick around. I didn't ask them, but
Well, they may be here for the 11 o'clock tomorrow because it's all scheduled.
yeah. You going to shoot, Ryan, or are you just putting all your stuff on?
I've been just wearing it.
There's the De Hoyas just came in.
Yes.
How'd you guys shoot?
250.
Yep.
Nice. All right, I got to mute it. I got to listen to this story.
Okay, so he unmuted me because he muted me because he was going to listen. But I don't know what happened there. So if you come to TFAA State Championship and you know what, guys? My mic just got a lot louder without my little muffler on it. But anyway, if you come to the state shoot and you have shot your at least three state SIWATs and you receive first, second, or third, any of those three, please remember to go pick up your plaque. You will receive a plaque. If you don't know, you will receive a plaque if you placed first, second, or third at three SIWATs that led up to the state championship. They're pretty nice this year. Well, they're always nice, but they changed them up a little bit this year. They look even a little bit nicer. They've got some gold around it. I just noticed that in the background it has some archers on it. So regardless of how you place today or even tomorrow, you still have a plaque if you shot three SIWATs getting a first, second, or third. I see one of our coaches, Coach Joe, down the line, kind of looking to see what his son, Andrew, is doing. His other son, Micah, just came up about and knocked him down with a big old hug.
That's her first.
Coach Joe is looking down there with his binoculars.
Good girl. That's a good. Hey, it's a different game tomorrow.
I can hear Scott talking to one of our families, and he does say that tomorrow is, another day. And that is so true. With archery, you may have a bad day today, but tomorrow someone else may have a bad day. We don't ever wish that our competitors have a bad day, but that's just sometimes how it goes. One bad day for you, you may have an excellent day the next day. It's more of a marathon kind of thing when you come to state rather than just being a one-day shoot, a sprint. Starting to get a little loud in here. The more loud it gets, you can tell that it's getting closer to the end of the tournament or the end of the shoot for today. Oh, that poor archer down at the end. I don't know. They were not happy with that shot. We're about to get ready to score. I see one archer still on the line. Here we go. We're scoring again. So by my calculations, we have about 51 bales that are being used in this area. $51 times 2 targets on each one. We have 104 that are shooting during this time. Roughly 104 just in this building alone. Like I said before, there are 2 more ranges that are being used here on the property in another building. We have a blank screen again. It's like Ryan.
All right, so I've got Adam Gugasberg. He said he heard that we called him out. And
Oh,
he just,
yeah, I called you out.
Yeah, wondered if he had just disappeared off of the face of the earth.
Right? Don't love me no more. Don't love my kids no more.
I know. You know what?
Uh-huh.
Maybe we just need to call him.
Maybe we do.
Let's see. Let's see
You
what
want to
we've got
answer
here.
the phone now?
Yeah, we're going to call you, Adam
Gugasberg.
Gugasberg. Let's see if this
The
thing's...
Goog.
All right, let's give old Adam a call here in a second.
He's probably not going to call from your phone if he was texting you. I mean, he's not going to answer from your phone.
Oh, he'll
I don't
answer.
know. He probably won't
He'll
answer
answer.
from me.
Let's see if this works. I don't know. Maybe it won't work in here in this big old metal building. I don't know if it's working. I don't hear it. Oh, there we go. I gotta turn it on.
Yeah, that might help.
That helps. Adam, you there?
I can hear you, yes.
Oh, you do exist.
I did click on the wrong button.
Oh,
there we
my
go.
Word. He
So-
is
I
alive.
heard you guys call me out.
Of course I did.
Yeah, she called you out, not me.
Yeah, but you didn't disagree.
Right? Thank
Oh,
you
I
very
had your
much.
back. No, I had talked about kicking her out and bringing you back.
Lies, all lies.
Oh,
It
did
was.
you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not because she called you out, just because she was getting on my nerves.
Me, never.
Good time.
I know,
times.
right?
Well, you're doing a better job than I do. That's for sure.
Hey, I explained the
How's
target
everything?
again today.
How's everything going up there?
It is-
Everybody hanging in there?
It's
It
going
is.
great for
Everybody's
Ryan.
hanging in here. It's there could be worse places to be.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we're
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
yeah.
I get to be here, and I'm not doing housework, and I'm getting to talk, and yeah.
We had to change some things around because the wireless cameras would not work. So we
Oh.
and there's not live scoring here, so we were thinking, hey, wireless cameras would work, so we could put those cameras on some of the targets that we know that we would want to watch, you know.
Right,
But
right.
it wouldn't. We couldn't pull it together. The cameras just
Nice.
will not connect. there's something with their Wi-Fi here, but lessons learned.
Yeah.
We'll have to have our own Wi-Fi next time.
Channel conflict, probably.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's something. Yeah, because even my phone, which I typically can connect through Wi-Fi and connect directly to my computer, so I can do a live feed from the phone as well. It wouldn't connect as well.
Right.
So it has something.
Oh,
to do.
nice.
Yeah.
It could be user error.
No, it's not user error.
That's not very technical, so it could be.
Yeah, yeah, it could be.
Maybe he didn't reboot.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, we're missing you, Adam.
Yes.
Adam is one of our coaches, which is he is if we have an elite archer on our team, he is a part of it.
Yes.
And we have a great relationship with Adam where he works with these kids and kind of hands them off back to us, and that we can all work together to try to make these kids
And
the
if
best
no
that we
one
can make
else
them.
can figure out, even you can't figure out what's going on with one of our archers, Adam can go, oh, well, I bet it's this.
Yeah, and that happens.
I've
That happens
learned,
a lot.
I've learned how to coach via text over the years. I've gotten pretty good at that.
And video
Yeah.
and even
Yeah,
for Ryan, you have a 5-gallon bucket that you stand on so you can look over the top
Yes.
of Ryan.
Yes, Adam.
Yes.
Adam. We have a picture of Adam standing on a 5-gallon bucket, trying to see his bubble.
I'm thinking about you guys ever watch that movie Back to the Future where Christopher Lloyd has that thing on his head and he's trying to
Yes.
read that guy's mind? I need one of those for Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
I got to tell you, I think, and I'm not just saying this, but I think Ryan has made you a better coach, or has caused you to question why you want to be a coach.
He's caused me to question my abilities, I'll be honest with you.
It grows so fast. And
You're learning new
Yes.
things.
But what's
He's hard to keep up with.
Yeah, what's hilarious is that there's stuff that we figured out on him 2 or 3 years ago that we will see again in other kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a good
Well, that's
thing. I mean,
helpful,
it
yeah.
makes it easier to pick things up. Yeah,
Right.
for sure. Yeah, it's picking up on those patterns sometimes, and sometimes it's simple things that are easily overlooked when you're looking at other things. So it's fun. I like every time I coach somebody, I learn something new. Specifically with Ryan, every time I get together with him, I learn something new.
Right.
So he figures it out. Yeah.
You're just kind of hoping he
Challenging
figures
young
it out
man.
at some level, but he never does.
Ryan's
He will
challenging?
eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. It's magic hour around here. So.
All right,
I know
I
it's
heard the
5:20. That's like the Adam
Precious
is like
babies.
50 years old and has a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old.
2-year-old and 4-year-old. Thank you very much.
He called
And
you out
once you
with your
take it down
age.
about 5 years.
Yeah.
You're out of
It's
control.
like, what in the world?
Sorry, Adam. Just picking on you, brother.
Oh, my goodness. See, I'm not that
Yeah, well, it's about time for me to take my Jared home. I'm going to have to
Man,
go
it's
to bed soon.
5:20. I thought you guys had your dinner at 4.
I was going to say, you have to
Yeah.
the early bird.
Yeah. Well, we've already hit Luby, so we're done for the night.
Oh, gosh.
All right. Well, I do have to get.
Hey, thanks,
get,
thanks, Adam. We'll
dinner
talk to you later.
Bye.
Y'all have fun.
Bye.
Bye.
And that's why you don't want to message me. Let's see. Let's see who else messaged me. Oh, you know what? I'm going to call Mark Smith. So Mark is one of our dads that just got into archery. And so we're going to give him a call without him even
Who's
knowing.
dad?
Peyton's.
Oh, okay. That's not loud at all.
Is it not loud?
Yep.
Hey, Mark. This is Scott
Hey,
and
Scott.
Wendy. You are on our live feed right now, and I had to call because I was
Hello.
so excited. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I said we had to call
I thought
you.
it was.
Oh, sorry.
I thought it was playing the Facebook thing I was watching a while ago. I didn't know what happened.
Well, we're still playing the Facebook thing.
We
right
are.
now.
Yeah, we are playing the Facebook thing.
Awesome.
We have you on
Awesome.
the live feed right now, but I had to call because I
wow.
heard Peyton shot her first 300 today.
Awesome.
She did. She did.
And she's been chasing that for a while.
Both pumped up.
I got to say, I remember when Ryan shot his first 300 at 10 yards.
Julia's first
I
and Luke's.
was a wreck from behind. I mean, I couldn't even watch the last arrow. So what was it like when she got down to the last 5 arrows?
Oh my gosh.
Well, it was, 5 and 4 and 3, and I kind of blacked out. I'm not really sure what happened. But it was,
You stopped breathing, didn't you? You were holding your breath.
yeah, like cardiac arrest almost. I'm not sure, but it was exciting. I mean, I wanted to stand up and start hollering, but I was like, this ain't the place. But it was very exciting. Yeah,
That is
for both
so
of us.
cool.
Well, she
And to
totally
do it at
deserved.
State.
Yeah. And she totally deserves sprinkles tonight.
Yes, ice cream with sprinkles, Dad. Come on.
She's in a candy shop right now as we're speaking.
Awesome. How did Joe? Was Joe like on the edge of the seat too? I can't imagine.
Oh, yeah. He
Grandpa?
he quit watching the last 5, said he couldn't do it. So
Hey, will you tell Peyton I'm upset with her? She didn't come by and see Miss Wendy today.
I sure will. And
Yes.
she wanted to come watch Julia, but I think Julia was starting at 3.
Yes, she was.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Mark. Well,
I will
thank you.
definitely tell her thank y'all very
All
much.
right,
She's
tell
going to be
her.
excited.
Yeah, just tell her we're super proud of her.
congratulations from
Great
me.
job.
I'm so excited for her.
Thanks, Mark.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank y'all.
Bye.
Uh-huh. Bye-bye.
Go ahead and mute those down. There we go.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to go across and mute mine, but yeah,
I should have muted
No.
yours.
whatever.
We have got to be to the end.
Well, I don't want it to be the end.
Well, we got a whole nother day
And
tomorrow.
I do want to go eat pizza, but I don't want it to
and
be the end.
we will be.
Hey, if it's the end, then we have to go out in the cold.
Oh yeah,
And Julia's going to have to pack her bow out there. in the
Ryan does
cold.
too. Ryan's got his.
He doesn't have to pack it.
That's right. He doesn't like packing his. He just throws it in the trunk. Well, we're gonna be doing this again at 7:30 tomorrow.
Woo-hoo.
7:30 a.m.
They got to have coffee in the morning.
And we'll do 7:30. We'll do 11. Maybe I don't know when. Is there a later time than 11?
Yeah, they got the 3 o'clock.
They've got a 3 o'clock. I'm not so sure we're gonna make it that long. When do the awards go out at the end?
We'll see. The reason why they do the Cubs and the youth in the morning is so they can go ahead and do that right after that and get people.
The 11.
A lot of people moved out before the 11 o'clock.
That
and
is. So after the 11 o'clock, I guess that's young adults will be done. And then, perfect. That would be great. We can pack up and get out and get back home. I've got a birthday party I have to go to.
Oh, whose birthday?
It is Matthew's mom's birthday.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
I never see her anymore. I get every once in a while I will see Dad, but
Yeah, ever so often you'll get a sighting of Amy and Lisa.
they do exist out in the
They
wild.
do. I got sidetracked. There's Ivy.
Where's Ivy? I see Bose. I don't see Ivy.
Ivy was. Oh, we missed him. There he is again.
Okay.
He was like
Walking
the
off in
first
the
one
corner.
back. So we are at Cinnamon Creek.
Yes.
They do have a great
In
facility.
Roanoke, by the way.
Yeah, in
Roanoke,
Roanoke.
Texas.
I love this facility.
It's beautiful.
It's a great big facility. I know they have
I
this
don't
as a
remember
range.
all the fans or these Christmas lights, but
Yeah.
outdoor lighting and indoor.
I think they use this for other events.
Well, I'm sure, and we haven't been here in 2 years, so
Yeah.
I can only imagine what all
That's
has
true
happened in 2
because
years.
last year was a COVID year.
Yeah.
So they did the virtual stuff.
Right.
And then this year there's back to normal, which
Yep.
I think has been great. This is
That's the way Texas ought to be.
yeah, I love it. I think that this
Thank
is
you,
what we
Cinnamon
need.
Creek. Thank you, Texas. Thank you, TFAA. Thank you, NFAA,
Right.
for allowing
Thank
all
you
of this
for
to
all of
happen.
this.
Yeah, and
Yes.
thank you all the parents and families, and even those of you who are at home, you still support your archers and their families,
Yeah.
and so I just loads of thanks.
I'm thinking
Uh-oh.
we're gonna
thinking-
be in Kentucky, so we'll have to bring some equipment, maybe do some podcasts. I don't know if we'll be able to be allowed to do any live feeds. It's a little different environment there.
Is that I haven't been yet.
It's a big it's different because it is one big room with everybody. And there's archers going from left to right. But it really is a fun tournament. All right, we're getting started again. Let's get a little music going. Bottom line.
Would you hug me in the dark? Let the worries go away. Would you do it all again? Do it all again. Would you leave your finger marks on my body while it sways? Would you let my way find my way home again? My home is you. 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 Here we are, where we thought we'd never be. Is there ever a way to be free? Can we turn back time so long, my dear? How are we supposed to save the situation? Would you hug me in the dark? Let the worries go away. Would you do it all again? Do it all again. Would you leave your finger marks on my body while it sways? Would you let my way find my way home again? My home is you. 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 Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little and we keep track of time. Being so serious, idiots.
So we were just talking to Mark, and there is Mark on the left. There is Peyton in the middle. This is her first 300, and I believe this is what is so awesome about this sport, because you have someone that's 10 years old getting her first 300 that she has been working. This kid has been working really hard at trying to get to that level, and from the beginning of the season to now is crazy. For her to get her first 300 at state is amazing, and look forward to seeing this kid shoot even more 300s in the future. And I know all of them are proud. We are all super proud for her. All right, let's see. Ryan, can you find out what end we're on? Let's see where we are. We got to be close. It's 5:30. Last end. Last end. Last line. I see Jasmine down there in the middle next to Robert. Robert is the one in the gray shirt, bald head. He will love that I did that, said that. Jasmine's barebow right now, drawing back. Looks like everyone's having a good time. But this is the last end, last setup. So this will be the last end.
Are you sure about that?
I am. I just had Ryan go check.
Ryan's going to be so happy when this is over.
Yeah, he's ready.
He's like, I don't mind shooting, but to have to go and ask questions for y'all or to go deal with other archers, oh my goodness.
I know, right?
Especially moody ones.
I know. Depends on how well they shoot. You got to go find somebody that shot well and ask them.
So Ryan's got to deal with my girl. You got to deal with me.
Yeah. And I got to deal with your girl.
Yeah, that too. Uh-huh. But you have girls and you have a wife, so you should be used to all that.
I am. I'm a very good dad. I don't like to brag, but I'm pretty awesome.
I was like, wow. All right. I am kind of a big deal.
I'm kind of a big deal. I've told this story before, but it just still cracks me up.
What about the gigantic buttocks?
Yeah, no, we were at Joad, Texas, or Aggie Invite.
You sure?
And it was during the Joad line.
I'm really sure.
I know.
Oh, yes, and Sean too. Sean tells the story all the time about him.
Is it? And the kids are just coming up asking to sign their scorecards because they want their pins, but you don't need a judge to sign it unless they shoot an Olympian pin, which is bronze, silver, or gold.
You two are like bragging about this, like left and right. Anyone who will listen, you two, you and Sean are just talking about it. Hey, guess what? They did the same thing to me.
I know, but I'm just saying it's on how you handle it, though. And so after like the fifth or sixth or seventh kid comes up to me, I turned to my wife and I said, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I'm kind of a big deal here.
A pickle, maybe.
And she could not have rolled her eyes more.
Pickle. What's the deal, pickle?
You know, once everybody realizes how big a deal I am.
I started to say, how big of a goofball you are? That's where I was going.
We could just move forward with this little charade that you guys think you don't know me.
You don't know me. It's another song. Everything has a song.
That's right. But tomorrow will be fun. Tomorrow will be the last day of the shoot. That's when they'll determine the state champions.
I'm going to have to get up early to put on makeup.
So we will see where everyone is at early. That's right. We got to leave. We have to leave by 6.
It's going to be before the crack of dawn. No, by 6 only gets us here at 7.
We got to leave by 5:30.
Yes.
To be here by 6:30.
Yup. I ain't getting up till 5.
That's
I might sleep in the clothes I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Hey, so earlier.
Hey.
I don't know if it was the first shoot or this shoot because they kind of both.
They all blend together.
But I asked if and I don't even know if anybody was listening, but I asked for a prayer.
Yes.
For my family and specifically my mom. And so I got a phone call, and that's why I kind of ducked out a few minutes ago from the hospital.
I just assumed you went to go to the bathroom to go poo.
I told you, the hospital called. They said, mute me. The hospital called.
I wasn't listening.
Evidently. And so got a praise. My mom was talking, asking for her things.
Nice.
She's able to get out of the bed and, move around. And so she's not totally out of the woods yet, but much
that
better.
is awesome. That is awesome.
Yes. So I talked to the same nurse that she had yesterday, and this nurse is like, okay, I can't say that she's out of the woods because she's not, because we've got a new development. But she goes, this development is not a major thing, and this is good. So,
well, great.
Yay.
While they're down there scoring, so we've had a lot of fun with
Yes.
all of this stuff. And I think
We
that,
always do.
Yeah, and I think that we need to figure out how to even take it to another level.
Yes.
I think interviews are fun. I
Yes.
think that next week I have some ideas for interviews.
I
TSAA
learned so
had
much. Like, I learned about the zip ties. I really didn't learn about the
Yeah,
zip ties.
yeah.
I learned that you should use zip ties when you do your strings or something like that. But I need to learn about that. But still, that was a new thing that I learned about. If any of that made sense.
So we've done some
I
fun
need more
stuff.
caffeine.
Yeah, we've done some fun stuff like with at TSAA Outdoor State. You weren't there, but I show up with my equipment and I just started doing interviews
I
with
was
everybody.
there.
You weren't helping me.
I was judging. I'm sorry.
Well,
My daughter with her kicking skills.
her kicking skills.
And the fluffy mic thingy.
Yeah, well, so we're going to kind of end this. We'll come back for a second, but I want you to see the interviews that we, like a little clips of all the interviews that we did at TSAA State Outdoor end of last year.
Hey guys, this is Scott. I want to welcome you guys to the TSAA Outdoor State Championship. As an archer, if I have an issue, an arrow call, who do I not call? Hey guys, we're out here at the TSAA State Outdoor Championship. I'm with Julia Cook. Logan shot his first 300 on an NFAA 5-spot. I'm here with Noah. We wanted to go ahead and introduce you to his new bow. And I am here with the Sabrina Harrigan.
Don't fix the microphone.
There you go.
Joy squishes it.
We're right at about 100 archers shooting this weekend.
Yep. Looking forward to that.
And it looks like it's about half youth and half adults. Hey guys, I'm here with Rick Stonebreaker. I've asked people this before. Do you even remember the last shot very well? Or do you even remember the last 5 shots?
I remember the last shot very frequently.
I checked the scores that night and realized that I had a shot at second place.
Did you do your face
I know.
stretches in the mirror?
I got a Hoyt FX comp.
Shooting Texas State, 144 arrows, I believe, this weekend. 72 per day.
Man, you came home with a lot of bling, didn't you?
Shaking like the whole time. I got scared for a second. Like my final shot, I didn't think I would make it.
It was fun.
It was fun though, wasn't it?
It was a lot of fun.
You didn't know that you even won at that point.
No, I had no idea.
3 of them were gold, 1 of them were bronze.
And
I
so
like to make it fun for y'all to watch.
make it interesting, right?
Record, and then I found out it was a world record.
World records.
And we're having northeast fall weather this weekend, which is amazing here in Texas. We actually...
If somebody was going to beat me, then they're going to have to shoot a little bit better.
And it wasn't until Jennifer came up to congratulate me, and I said, "What? I got silver?" She goes, "No, dummy, you got gold."
I know he's super excited about test driving this thing today. He just picked it up this week.
We're out here at Buffalo Field Archery Club. It is open to the public today. You can come check it out. You can, if you're interested in archery, come see a tournament for a little while.
You got.
And not only did you get gold, you broke a national record.
That's right.
And broke a world record. Amazing.
That's right. Yeah.
I did so many things wrong. I dropped my elbow, I dropped my left arm, and I just did so many things wrong, but I got that center X and I got the 300.
For my kicking skills, it takes a while for me to kick in.
Kick-in skills. I think that's a new term that we're going to go with. Kick-in skills. I did say Harrigan, right? I definitely wanted to thank Buffalo for stepping up and putting this tournament together. It was. See how easy that was?
No, it wasn't.
As you can see, there, or actually, as you heard, Julia talk about her kick-in skills. That was hilarious. We still talk about that today. But I want to thank everybody for coming and listening and enjoying, at least being a part of it if you couldn't be here. We had a blast. We enjoyed it. So thanks, guys, and we will catch you